We welcome you to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy for semi-final number 1 of the TTCB T20 competition. I can tell you here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park have won the toss and they are bowling first here in this semi-final number 1. The Queen's Park team for today comprises of Justin Gillen, captain, Tion Webster, Isaiah Raja, Yannick Karaya, Akil Osang, Sunil Narang, Javon Searles, Terence Hines, John Rush Jagasa, Nicholas Alexis, Kari Pierre, 12th man for today, Darren Cruikshank, 13th man, Joshua De Silva. And the Alescon Comets team will be taking first strike here in this semi-final number 1. Team comprises of Riyad Emrit, captain, Vikash Mohan, Navin Bidesi, Jed Guli, Imran Khan, Kastri Singh, Rashawn Primus, Christopher Barnwell, Trevon Griffith, Brandon Ramdial, and Virendra Dragrup. We have a lovely atmosphere here for cricket today at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. You can see the wicket there is full of grass, but I can tell you the surface seems a bit dry. So we wait to see how that pitch will play here today in this first semi-final. The Queen's Park unit opting to do something different in this first semi-final. They take the field first. They usually want to set a target, but we'll see how they go in the field first here today. As we can see, it looks like Trevon Griffith. He'll open the batting, and his partner will be Imran Khan. To open the bowling for Queen's Park at the southern end, it's Javon Searles. That's Trevon Griffith. He will take first strike here for Comets. Searles is going to operate here with a man at slip, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, short mid-wicket, a short fine leg, a man at deep backward square on the boundary, and a man at third man on the boundary. As Javon Searles to bowl his first delivery here in this semi-final. It's on the line of the leg stump. It comes off the pad there of Trevon Griffith and goes into the boundary for 4 leg byes. Yeah, so not a good start there by Javon Searles. Comets are off and running here in this first semi-final. Alongside me today is none other than Michael Baldio, as I welcome him here to the commentary box.
Yeah, good afternoon to one and all here. We are at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy here in Tarouba once again on this Indian arrival day here in Trinidad and Tobago. Public holiday, excellent day for cricket, as this is Searles crashing into the pads of Trevon Griffith, him attempting that lap scoop there. Probably a lapse in concentration early in batting. They're trying to take advantage of that short fine leg up in the circle to run it down into the boundary, not making any contact there. Umpire Lyndon Rajkumar says that the ball doing a bit too much, not out. Searles chooses to go around the wicket here to Trevon Griffith, changing his line of attack. as this is played too short cover by Griffith. No run, so Searles fixing his line immediately there. Keston going back to that off-stump area as we saw that first one ill-directed going down to fine leg for 4.
Yeah, good change thus far there by Javon Searles. Getting his line and length pretty right as soon as possible. There, Trevon Griffith with an outrageous shot there, the ball before. He'll want to calm down and try to get his team off to a good start as Searles now runs in, passes the umpire. That's a delivery, a full toss outside the line of the off stump there, and Griffith hits it over the man at short cover into the boundary for 4. He gets his account off and running. The score now moves on to 8. So a poor delivery there by Javon Searles. Michael.
Yeah, Trevon Griffith definitely is an explosive young talent. He hails from the country of Guyana. I remember him actually being an integral role in the West Indies on the 19 squad that he was a part in. Very aggressive young opening batsman is Trevon Griffith. As the score now 8 without loss, Alescon Comets still into the first over here. Searles is into Griffith, and this one just played off the open face to point. 5 legal deliveries bowled here. This the first semi-final action in the TTCB T20 Festival tournament. This is the marquee tournament for the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board. They call this their showpiece. Queen's Park versus Comets here. Searles is into Griffith once more. This is peeling out the outside edge, and this will trickle into the third man boundary. So 3 boundaries in the first over, and Comets off and running here. 12 without loss.
Yeah, another convincing shot there by Trevon Griffith, but nonetheless a boundary to finish the over. So we can tell you at the end of the first over here in semi-final number 1 at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Alescon Comets, who've been sent in by this Queen's Park unit, are 12 without loss. As we can see, Queen's Park continuing with the ploy they have used all season long. Akil Hossain will take up the attack at the northern end with his left arm spin. He'll be bowling to Imran Khan, who will face his first delivery here in this first semi-final. You can see Akil Hossain starting with a slip. There's a man at backward point. There is a cover point, a short cover, a mid-off, a short mid-wicket, a short fine leg, and there's 2 men, one at deep mid-wicket and a man at long on. We can see Darren Cruikshank. He's on the field. I think he's on the field. I'm not sure as yet. I'll let you know who he's on for as Akil Hossain now passes the umpire. He's in to bowl to Imran Khan, and this first delivery here, he's coming on the front foot and driving it nicely to the man there at short cover. No run added to the total. So Michael, we can see Queen's Park, they are sticking with the plans that have worked for them so far in this T20 competition.
Yeah, well, it's definitely an easy decision for the captain and the coach to make. They will definitely have had their tactics coming into the game to face up Comets. Akil has been really stellar this season, this Premier 1 season. He has operated at economy in this tournament somewhere around between 4 and 5 runs and over, which is excellent for a spinner, especially operating in the power play overs. And he has been getting those important scalps as well. Imran Khan, however, will have other things in his mind, as he is an excellent offside player. And the ball is spinning away from the bat there. Alexis unable to gather cleanly. We await the umpire for signal from the umpire, and seem to have had a bit of an edge there, Keston.
Yeah, no signal there by the umpire, so clearly a bit of bat involved there. So
Can we put that down as a missed opportunity?
And most definitely, Nicholas Alexis will be very disappointed there. He has unable to hold on to that one. We saw him in the last match here. He kept excellently against Mary Boy. So he'll want to let that one go by and continue the good work that he's shown behind the stumps thus far. As we can see, Trevon Griffith, he's on strike to face up now to Akil Hussain.
Yeah, looking at the replay there, it just seemed a bit of a bottom edge there, so don't want to be too harsh on Nicholas Alexis, as this one is another attempted paddle sweep there by Trevon Griffith, and the batsman crossed for 2, so Queen's Park keeping the intensity high in the field. As we see Yannick Karai running around from fine leg position to tidy up. Hossain has bowled 4 legal deliveries, conceding just 5 runs. Alescon Comets after a decent start here in the power play over, 17 without loss. Griffith on 10, Khan on 3. As Griffith awaits Hossain, who is again attempting that slog sweep. There is protection down at mid-wicket there. It's the substitute fielder Darren Cruikshank who fires in the return. Semi-final action here. Everyone needs to be switched on, even the substitutes who are on the bench. As you see Cruikshank taking part in this game immediately. We're still trying to figure out who he's on the field for. Seems to be Terence Hines. Excellent delivery there by Akil to end his first over. Dot delivery, 18 without loss. So this wicket seems to be an excellent wicket there, Keston. What are your thoughts on the wicket?
The wicket so far seems to be a good one. There's a lot of grass on that wicket, so it's nice to see a bit of grass around. I was out there early on, and I can tell you the surface seems a bit dry. Not sure how it's going to play, but we'll wait to see. So far, so good there. But already we can see a bit of turn there for Akil Hussain with the new ball. So that could be something we can look into throughout this game, as we can see at the end of 2 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1. Alescon Comets have been sent in by Queen's Park here, 18 without loss.
Well, we don't need to look any further, as we see immediately a bowling change being made here by the Queen's Park outfit. Justin Gillen getting his off-break bowler on immediately. He has seen enough of Javon Searles, and he saw enough encouragement from Akil Hussain in that last over with the ball spinning. So with 2 left-handers in the crease, he would want to exploit.
Sorry there, Mike. There's 1 left-hander at the crease. Trevon Griffith is the left-hander, and Imran Khan is the right-hander.
Yeah.
As we can see, John Rajagasa immediately into the attack. He'll be looking to have a good outing here. Wasn't too impressive in his last game, and his first delivery there pitched on about middle and leg there, and a reverse sweep there by Trevon Griffith into the boundary for 4. So not a good start there by John Rajagasa. He'll be really disappointed with that start. Michael, not quite what his captain would have wanted from his first delivery.
Well, I can tell you, since the last time I've seen Trevon Griffith play cricket, he seems to have increased his repertoire of shots. That one, the unorthodox reverse sweep, coming off excellently there, almost off the middle of the bat, or very close to it. The ball racing to the boundary. Then not much Jagasa could have done about that. So he will want to, I know that he gets a lot of drift with this new ball into the left-hander, so he'll want to probably just try to operate in and around that off-stump region. And there's that drift that I spoke about coming into the left-hander. Griffith just getting the bat down in time to squeeze it out to short mid-wicket.
Right on the money there, Michael. But at the moment, Griffith doesn't seem settled. He's a bit fidgety at the crease. He's just looking to try to score off every delivery here, and he needs to play it safe, I think, for 1 or 2. Have a look and see what it's doing and get himself in, because he can be a really dangerous player if he stays at the crease for a long period of time. As we can see, work that ball to the man at long on. They'll get 2 runs as Jonas Jaggerson. He'll be going back to his mark. He'll operate with a man at short third man, a backward point, a cover point, a cover, a mid-off, a short, that looks like a man at 45, a short fine, like a deep mid-wicket, and a man at long on. As this delivery there by Jonas Jaggerson, just on the line of the leg stump, worked into the onside there. Good work by the man coming in there from the long on boundary to limit it to only a single. as the score now moves on to 25 without loss inside the third over.
Yeah, so excellent run rate here by Alescon Comets, operating at just a tick under 10 thus far inside the first 3 overs. These are the power play overs, remember. Sun really is out in all its glory here. Excellent playing conditions for this semi-final. Joggers are into the right-handed can. That one, good line on length, played respectfully back up the pitch. So Justin Gillen not being afraid to toss the ball to his spinners in this power play overs. Good faith shown in his spinners here.
As we can see, that delivery there by Jagas just worked into the onside there by Imran Khan to the man at short square leg. It's Kari Pierre there. No runs added to the total. So at the end of 3 overs here, Michael, it's 25 without loss. Watching that over, not much spin being generated by John Ross in that over. We more seem trying to swing the ball around, trying to drift the ball into the pads of Trevon Griffith, and with that first delivery Imran Khan face, he tried to angle it away from him there, so he doesn't look like he's trying to spin the ball in this first over that he came on to bowl. As we can see, Akil Hossain, it looks like he's going to continue from the northern end.
Yeah, definitely, Keston. He should look to take a page out of Akil's book. Akil, we see giving the ball generous air, allowing it to get those revolutions and getting the ball to bounce and turn. He'll be operating to the left-handed Griffith.
As we can see, Akil Hossain will continue. There's a man at a short third man, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a man at 45, a short fine leg, a deep mid-wicket, and a man at long on. As we can see, Trevon Griffith advancing down the track and hoiking this one wide of the man at deep mid-wicket over the ropes for 6 runs. So a good start to the over there by Trevon Griffith, Michael, showing his intent early and getting the boundary of the first ball of Akil Hossain's second over.
Yeah, definitely good positive intent shown here by Trevon Griffith, getting the boundary early in the over and now taking a lot of pressure off himself and back onto the Queen's Park outfit.
We'll wait to see how Akil Hossain will come back with his second delivery in his second over. So he runs in now past umpire Sandy into bowl to Griffith. This one he's reverse sweeping there, straight to the man at cover point. Unable to pick it up cleanly there. But he'll still go through for the single. So not a bad comeback delivery there by Akil Hossain.
Yeah, a bit of a misfield there at point, and again we see that reverse sweep being attempted by Trevon Griffith, and again coming off well. So definitely seems to be a shot he practices in the nets. Half stop there by Isaiah Raj, and he had a shy at the non-striker's end, but that time Griffith was comfortably home. 32 now, we're into the 4th over. Alescon Comets being inserted by Queen's Park, and that one just dropping short of the point fieldsman there. It seems to be Yannick Karaya there at point. And one just splicing off the outer half of the bat.
As we can see, Akil Hossain operates with a man at slip. There is a man at short-third man, but he's quite square. There's a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a long on, man at deep mid-wicket, a short mid-wicket, and a man at short fine leg. As this delivery there by Akil Hossain is beating Imran Khan outside the line of the off stump, attempting to cut that one too close to him there, Michael.
That one coming on in with the arm. Imran Khan didn't know much about that one. Akil definitely seems more comfortable to bowl to these right-handed batsmen.
Steve now passes the umpire, shortish delivery there, getting a bit of extra bounce there, Akil Hossain. A good take by Nicholas Alexis, the keeper there, making up for that missed opportunity he had early on in Akil Hossain's first over. So a brilliant take there by Nicholas Alexis as Akil Hossain gets back to the top of his mark to bowl his last delivery in his second over. He passed umpire Sandy into and that's striking him on the pad. There's a loud appeal by Hossain and Jovan serves at slip. There is no decision being made there by umpire Sandy. In the end, it's a not out Akilo Saing seemed a bit disappointed there as he stands in short cover. But at the end of 4 overs here in semi-final number 1 at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, the score is 32 without loss. Michael, what do you think about that decision there by umpire Sandy?
Yeah, well, excellent decision there by umpire Sandy. That one seemed to be just pitching on a middle and leg and just going down further with the arm. So excellent decision there by umpire Sandy. These two umpires actually are really excellent umpires on the local circuit. Haven't seen a lot of umpire Lyndon Rajkumar this season, but he definitely is an excellent umpire. I think he is on the regional emerging panel as well as Kashif Sandy. As we see John Rush Jagisar to start his second over, as Griffith is advancing once more and making good contact. This one going high and handsome over long off. 6 more and another 6 to start the over here.
Yeah, so Griffith showing his intent. He's been really aggressive so far at the start of this Alescon Comets innings, and Queen's Park at the moment will want to get rid of Trevon Griffith. As I said earlier on, he could be really dangerous if he gets going. And the way he's shaping up at the moment, he'll be looking for a really big score in this semi-final.
Well, already he's 31 from just 15 deliveries, boasting a strike rate of over 200. And this is a slog speed being attempted once more. Dot delivery. A rare dot delivery here for the Queen's Park unit.
We could see with that delivery, John Rush Jaggers slowing it up a bit. And I think for the past couple of games I've been watching John Rush Jaggers, he's been trying to bowl a little too quick. I think he needs to slow up his pace a bit and try to get something out of the surface, as we can see him slowing up that next delivery on the line of midline leg. Worked into the onside there by Trevon Griffith. John Rush Jaggers himself, he does the fielding. They get 1 run. The score now moves on to 39 without loss. We're inside the 5th over here in the power play.
Yeah, so good maturity being shown here by Griffith, getting the boundary early in the over and now just turning over the strike to, can I say, senior partner Imran Khan. Khan is driving through the offside, unable to pass captain Justin Gillen.
Oh, and lovely work there by Justin Gillen at short cover. He picked it up and fired the return, a direct hit there. But Imran Khan was well inside. So at the end, the score remains there at 39 without loss.
Good aggression being shown by the Queen's Park outfit in the field there.
And they'll want this aggression to materialize into a wicket here for this Queen's Park unit, as Jagisar at the top of his mark, waiting to bowl to Imran Khan. His 5th delivery here in this over, about to be bowled as he passes umpire Lyndon into Imran Khan. He's hitting this over the man at mid-off there. It'll go close to the boundary and it now run into the boundary for 4 runs. So good intent as well being shown by Imran Khan. He now gets going his first boundary in this semi-final. The score now moves on to 43 without loss. So really, really good start here by this Alescon Comets team. Michael?
Yeah, definitely good intent being shown by Imran Khan here, choosing to go over the infield at the offside. Jagisar guilty of being a bit too short on that occasion. Khan is driving once more, that one pitching and just leaving the bat. So good a variety being shown here by Jagisar. He completes his 2 overs, his spell thus far as 2 overs for 18 runs. Alescon Comets, good start in the power play over, 43 without loss after 5.
As we can see a change from the northern end, it's Kari Pierre brought into the attack by Justin Gillen, the ever dependable Kari Pierre. He is in fine form with the ball, coming off 5 wicket haul in his last match, 5 for 17 against the Merry Boys outfit. As we know, it's a Sikari Pierre bowl his first delivery to Trevon Griffith. He passes the umpire in to give Griffith a shortish delivery here. Pull behind square into the boundary for 4. So not a good start there by Kari Pierre. Really poor first ball there.
Griffith just feeding off those short deliveries being served up by the Queen's Park outfit. He ramps onto 36 not out. Alescon Comets 47 without loss now. Last over in the power play here for Comets. They would like to maximize all 6 of these deliveries. 5 remaining deliveries actually. Carry Pair, not a very good start by him. He sets very high standards for himself, as Keston would have mentioned earlier. He was the chief destroyer in the Merry Boys innings, claiming 5 scarps to just 17 runs. It's a better delivery. Being punched down the ground too, long on for 1. So this regional player for Comets really bringing the goods here, Trevon Griffith. They also have the likes of Rashawn Primus in their ranks. Very explosive burly Bajan.
Yeah, not forgetting Christopher Barnwell as well. He can be destructive on his day, as we can see Carey Pierre now to bowl his first delivery to Imran Khan as he passes the umpire in to bowl, and this one there, shortish delivery there. Khan on the back foot, working it to the man at mid-on. He'll get a single. The score will move on now to 49. As we can see, Trevon Griffith, he's on 37. Imran Khan is alongside him. He's on 8. We're inside the last over of the power play as Carey now waits the ball to Trevon Griffith. There's a man at short third man, a backward point, a cover point, a short cover, a mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a man at, it looks like a backward square, and a man at short fine, as this one is worked into the onside there by Trevon Griffith to the man at deep mid-wicket, Terrence Hines. He runs in and does the fielding. They will complete 2 runs. The score now moves on to 51 without loss, Michael. A lovely, lovely start there by this Alescon Comets team.
Yeah, well, Griffith seems to be showing a lot of maturity here. And there we see another one of those unorthodox sweeps. Reverse sweep again by Griffith, and he moves into the 40s, now 43 without loss. And although he is playing these unorthodox shots, he really is maneuvering the field well, because the previous delivery just clipped, weighted well onto the onside, and they crossed up for 2 easy runs as well. So really tempering his aggression here is Griffith. 43 from just 21 deliveries. He has 2 maximums and 5 boundaries.
Yeah, barring that first over where he looked a bit out of sorts. He's really shown a lot of aggression since then, and he's really settled down and played his shots. He hasn't really hit them to the fielders. He's really finding the gaps a lot here in this innings thus far. As we can see, Carey Pierre to bowl his final delivery in the power play. Passes the umpire and bowl to Griffith on the line of the legs. He works it into the onside there for a single. That will complete the final delivery in the power play. So at the end of 6 overs here in the first semi-final of the TTCB T20 competition at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Alescon Comets, who've been sent into bat first here by this Queen's Park team, are 56 without loss. As we can see, a change from the southern end. The legend himself, Sunil Narine, is being brought into the attack by Justin Gillen. They'll desperately need him to get a breakthrough here for this Queen's Park unit. Michael?
Yeah, well, any team he plies his trade for, when they are in a spot or bother in the field, the captain throws the ball to him and says, "Get me a wicket," and more times than not, he is successful, as we see this one being turned down to fine leg for us, or leg by actually, signaled by umpire Rajkumar. So let's see if Narine will be productive here today, picking up wickets.
As we can see, there's a man at short third man. There is a backward point, short cover, a man at the cover boundary. There is a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square. And the skipper, Justin Gillen, at short fine leg as Narang passes the umpire to Imran Khan. Cut away straight to the man there at backward point. No runs added to the total. So a red dot ball there for this Queen's Park unit.
Well, enough for those dot deliveries, and there will be a wicket. As we see Khan playing this one back along the pitch. The mystery man still on the line.
This Alescon Comets team will want to capitalize on this good start they have. They really want to make sure that they don't lose quick wickets in this period, as this one worked. Driven there into the offside by Imran Khan, the man at long off there. It seems to be Raja there. He runs around and does the fielding. They'll only get one. That brings the dangerous Trevon Griffith on strike. Now he'll face up to Sunil Narang.
This wicket definitely looks very conducive to batting, playing very true to form. Sunil Narang operating over the wicket to the left-handed Griffith, as this one is spinning across his bat, being clipped onto the onside as Tion Webster running across does good work down there at the boundary. The batsmen get 2 easy runs. So the score now 60 without loss. Excellent start this by the central-based Alescon Comets. Narayan just adjusting the fine leg, bringing him a bit finer. Final delivery, and this is 7th over as Griffith is pushing this onto the leg side once more, and another easy double being picked up there by Griffith. So Justin Gillen would want to plug that gap. Griffith just content to hang on his back foot and punch it to mid-wicket for 2. He has done this on many occasions thus far in his innings. He moves on to 48, and Comets are 62 without loss.
As we can see, Kari Pierre will continue from the northern end. He'll be bowling to Imran Khan. There's a man at short third man. There's a backward point, a cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, and a man at cow corner. It seems there's a change at the moment. The man is going to a deep backward square position, and there is a man at deep mid-wicket. There's also a man on the sweeper boundary, as Kari Pierre now passes the umpire. He's in to bowl to Imran Khan, and this delivery, he's paddling it past the man at short fine leg, the man at the backward square. He runs around, he does the fielding, and Imran Khan comes through for 2 runs. So Queen's Park at the moment desperately need a wicket. This Alescon Comet team are off to quite a flyer here in this first semi-final. So far, not so good for Queen's Park. They sent in Alescon Comets to bat. They would have wanted to get some quick wickets. Unable to do so thus far, as Kari Pierre now passes the umpire into bowl to Imran Khan. And this one, he's hitting it to the man at long off there. Akilo side goes over his head all the way for 6 runs. So Kari Pierre, so far in this semi-final, proving to be a bit expensive thus far, Michael.
Yeah, Kari just giving that one a bit of extra air, pitching it on the fuller side, and Khan obliging to hit a glorious straight back shot for 6. This one a bit faster through the air, crashing into the pads of Imran Khan as umpire Sandy signals leg by. So Pierre, halfway into his second over, has conceded 21 runs already. He would not be pleased with that. But a really good platform being set here by the Alescon Comets openers.
Michael, they're operating at a run rate of 9.47 runs per over, as we can see this one pitched on the line of the leg stump. They are worked into the onside by Griffith. They were looking for 2 runs there, but the man at the deep mid-wicket boundary is Yannick Correa. He came in pretty quick there, so he prevented the second. The score now moves on to 72 without loss. As we can see, Imran Khan, he's back on strike to face up to Kari Pierre's 5th delivery.
Pierre into Khan as this one is peeling off the outer half of the bat to the man at the point region, Terrence Hines. We'll see him featuring with the ball a little later on in the game. Pierre into Khan once more, splicing off the bat, and a good catch being completed there at short mid-wicket by Sunil Narine, moving sharply to his right, and the first wicket falls here for Alescon Comets. At the end of the 8th over, Khan has to go for 17. Alescon Comets 72 for 1.
Yeah, no mistake being shown there or made there by Sunil Narine. He completed a really good catch, going to his right and completing a smart catch there to get rid of Imran Khan. So he goes for 17. So as Michael said, at the end of 8 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, it's 72 for 1. As we can see, the new man to the crease is Vikash Mohan. Sunil Narine will continue the bowling from the southern end. There's a man at short third man. There is a point on the boundary. There's a cover point, a short cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg. As Narine passes the umpire now to bowl to Griffith, and this one he's playing it along the pitch. Back to the bowler there. Narine does the fielding. No runs added to the total. So finally a breakthrough there for Queen's Park. They'll want to continue from here on as Narine now passes umpire Rajkumar and into bowl to Griffith, and this one spinning nicely away from him. He was able to open the face and get the single to the man at a short third man, and that completes the 50 there for Trevor Griffith. So really fine innings, Michael, from the Guyanese batsman.
Yeah, just taking 28 deliveries to get to 50 here. Griffith in really quick time. He would want to push on and bat at least into the 15th over for this Alescon Comets unit, as they have Vikash Mohan, a stylish right-handed batsman, about to face his first delivery. We see Justin Gillen awaiting in slip here. Narine just adjusting his mid-wicket on the boundary. But really an excellent knock this by Trevor Griffith thus far in this semi-final encounter, showing no nerves whatsoever, going out there and being fluent.
He really took the attack to the Queen's Park bowlers. As we can see this delivery there, it looked like it was a knuckle ball there, beaten Mohan outside the line of the off stump, spinning away from his bat. So good work being done there by Nicholas Alexis, the keeper. So a tight over thus far by Sunil Narine as he passes the umpire on into bowl to Mohan, and this one striking him on the par. There's a louder appeal and Mohan goes. So Sunil Narine doing exactly what Justin Gillen would have wanted. He gets the breakthrough again for his side here. So Vikash Mohan goes without scoring. So they get, at the moment, Queen's Park are getting the quick wickets they would have wanted. So we are inside the 9th over here, and it's 73 for 2. Michael, a really big wicket there for Queen's Park.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Mohan, definitely a stylish right-handed youngster. unable to get going in this semi-final encounter. And it's that guy again, the spin king. Mystery spinner Sunil Narayan striking for Queen's Park. Queen's Park now have struck 2 quick blows to Alescon Comets.
As we can see, the Guyanese, another Guyanese coming to the wicket. It looks like Christopher Barnwell. He'll be coming to have a go here. So these two batsmen will know a lot of each other. They would have played together for Guyana for a lot of years. So there'll be good chemistry between the wickets by these two. As Christopher Barnwell and now faced up Sunil Narayan here.
So it's been the Griffith show thus far in this first semi-final encounter. Queen's Park Cricket Club versus Alescon Comets. Trevon Griffith, 15 not out from just 28 deliveries. We just saw Imran Khan departing off the bowling of Kari Peer, being caught at a short mid-wicket for 17, and Vikash Mohan just being adjudged LBW by umpire Lyndon Rajkumar. Narayan is bowling this one, shortish delivery, and Barnwell off the mark immediately. The score moves on now to 74 for 2. So Queen's Park trying to wrestle back some momentum here in the 9th over. Left-handed Griffith on strike once more too. Narayan has figures of 1 for 7 thus far, and this one is being guided down to the third man region, and that's all there'll be. 175 for 2 at the end of 9.
So we can see a change at the northern end. Javon Sills, he will switch ends. He will come in from the northern end to bowl his second over here. His first over went for 8 runs. As we see him at the top of his mark, waiting to bowl to Griffith. There's a man at backward point. There's a cover, a mid-off. Man on the cover boundary. There's a third man on the boundary. A fine leg. A man at square leg, and a deep backward square, and a man on the long on boundary. As this delivery there from Javon says down the leg side there, a wide signal by umpire Sandy. So not a good start by Javon Sills.
Griffith being a bit disrespectful. They're advancing down the track to the medium pace of Javon Sills, as we saw him doing earlier with the spinners. This time not as successful. That wide takes the extras tally to 7 now. Alescon Comets 76 for 2. We're into the 10th over here. Javon Sills switching around ends. This one a slower delivery, taking the inside edge, trickling down to the fine leg region. Terrence Hines pouncing on that, firing in the return. 77 now for 2. Alescon Comets operating with still a decent run rate in the region of 8.5 runs per over. And here we see Filton Williams joining us in the commentary booth. Filton, what do you think is a decent total to get on this track?
As we can see, Javon Sills running in now to Barnwell, and this delivery pulled away into the vacant cow corner region. It goes into the boundary for 4. So good looking shot there by Christopher Barnwell. He gets his boundary count off and running. So Barnwell now, he's on 5. Trevon Griffith is on 52. The score now is 81 for 2. We're inside the 10th over. So not a good delivery by Javon Sills.
So Filton scratching his head and doing the maths, trying to calculate how much runs Comets are going to score in this final 10 overs.
So Filton, as Michael asked the question earlier, what do you think is a good total? You've seen the way the wicket have been playing thus far, as Javon Searle now runs into ball to Barnwell. A shortage delivery there, cut away just over the man at backward point, Justin Gillen, and it goes into the boundary for 4 more runs. So a really poor over by Javon Searle. He's been short and a bit too wide on this occasion. Filton Williams, you've been able to see the way the wicket have been playing thus far. What do you think is a good total on this track for this Alescon Comets team?
With the experience that the Comets bowling lineup has, I believe around 180 will be sufficient for them to defend.
So there we have it from Filton Williams, as this delivery from Javon Searle pitched up there, driven into the offside by Christopher Barnwell. He'll get a single, so the score will now move on to 86 for 2. Michael, we will wait to see if that's some good predictions there by Filton Williams. He suggested that this Alescon Comets team will want to get around 180 to have a good total. But I think the way this pitch has played thus far, you'll want to get your side close to 200, because the Queen's Park unit has a lot of firepower as well.
As this one is being driven beautifully through the covers. 4 more runs, and really a poor over being served up here by Javon Searle. He really is all over the shop with some short and wide deliveries, and this one erring in length, being a bit too full there. Comets are ramping on to 90 for 2, and we're still 1 delivery left in the 10th over.
Michael, some really poor stuff by Javon Searle. The man at mid-off was up in the ring, and he pitched up one outside the off stump. So there is a man at long on, a deep mid-wicket, a 5-leg. There's a man on the 3rd man boundary and the sweeper boundary. So to me, his plan has to be straight up to Trevon Griffith as he runs in now, passes the umpire and bowls. And finally, he hits the area he wants to be at there. A good-looking Yorker there from Javon Searle. Griffith unable to get a run. So that's exactly where Javon Searle should have been in that over. So at the end of at the end of 10 overs here, Michael, it's 90. For 2.
Yeah, Javon eventually getting it right with that last delivery. And I'm interested to get the opinion of Filton Williams. He also is a medium pacer. And Griffith is operating very aggressively at the moment. Filton, how are you going to get Mr. Griffith out?
Well, the shots he's playing is very unorthodox to the spinners, so I believe fast bowling is the option. It still has Terence Hines and Tian Webster.
So, Filton, you suggested more pace to come into the attack, but as Michael asks, where will you bowl to Trevon Griffith to get him out?
Well, with the shots he's playing, I believe bowling straight to him would be good, because once you are straight and he misses, you're in.
Well, there you have it there from Filton Williams. Straight and full, his option, the way to go. If the batsman misses, he hits.
As we can see a change from the southern end. Finally, we'll see Terence Hines into the attack as he runs in now. Passes the umpire to bowl to Barnwell. A short and wide delivery. Barnwell unable to get good contact. He hits it into the ground and it trickles to the man at cover, Sunil Narang. He does the fielding. So the score now moves on by 1 to 91 for 2. We are inside over number 11. So, Michael, we're now seeing Terence Hines. He's been in a good bit of form of late with the ball, so this should be a really good move at the moment by Justin Gillen.
Yeah, Terence, a young, exciting prospect, bowls a very heavy ball term in cricket. Bowler hits the bat very hard. as Hines is running in now. Very slingy action. Is short again. That seems to be a slower short delivery. So good variation being shown here by Hines early on in his spell. Griffith picking up length very early there. So these two Guyanese batsmen seem to be in very good form, as we saw Barnwell in the earlier over scoring 2 boundaries off Javon Sills. Alescon Comets 91 for 2.
As we can see, Terence Hine now running in, passes the umpire in to bowl to Griffith. This one, he's attempting the scoop there. It goes up into the air to the man at short, fine leg. A poor attempt of to get to the ball there by Jonas Jagasa. That should have been another wicket for the Queen's Park team. A really poor attempt by Jonas Jagasa. He could have made a much better attempt there, Michael.
Yeah, and Terence Hines is not amused one bit by that piece of fielding there. Jagasa a bit late to react to that unorthodox shot there by Griffith, and that's the wicket that the Queen's Park unit will be after. Griffith 57 from just 34 deliveries, operating at a strike rate in excess of 165. It's going to be the right-handed Barnwell to face up to Hines, who is bowling this one full. Barnwell clipping it onto the mid-wicket region. Good backing up there by Sunil Narayan, and the batsmen complete 2 easy runs. So I'd say the game is pretty much in the balance here with Queen's Park getting those 2 scabs. Alescon Comets getting that solid sound foundation. So this middle overs, Queen's Park will want to keep it a bit quiet, and Alescon Comets will want to do the opposite. Maximize on that good foundation that was set by Griffith and Khan. Another short delivery here being served up by Hines, and if it is one thing we can be critical of Hines, it is that he tends to bowl a bit too short in this short of format of the game, Keston.
Yeah, so far in this over, he's bowled a lot of shortish deliveries, and he won't want to be straining in that line there to Christopher Barnwell, because the man at short fine leg, so he don't want to be going down the leg side with those shortish deliveries. As no, he runs in now, passes the umpire to Barnwell, and this delivery, he's slapping it to the man at cover, Christopher Barnwell, unable to beat Sunil Narayan, who does some good work there. So much needed dot ball there by the Queen's Park team as Terence Hines walked back to his mark.
Yeah, Hines wouldn't want to be too predictable here. He has bowled a decent over thus far, just conceding 5 runs. He has a very good in-swinging Yorker as well. Wait to see if you'll see that here on show tonight, with a deceptive slower ball as well. And again he is short, and this one is crashing into the shoulders of Barnwell.
Yeah, Barnwell seemed to be into that shot a bit too early there, so it looked like it was another slow ball bouncer there, but from Terence Hines. So he'll complete his first over, Terence Hines. So at the end of 11 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1, Alescon Comets was sent in by this Queen's Park team to have a strike first, a 96 for 2. As we can see, a change from the northern end. Akil Hossain will replace Javon Sills as he passes umpire Sandy into bowl to Barnwell, and he's hitting this one to the man at long on. He does the fielding quite cleanly there. They'll complete a single. So immediately we see a change from Justin Gilling. He's bringing back Akil Hossain into the attack. He'll now be operating to Trevon Griffith with a man at short third man. There is a cover. A man on the point boundary. There is Jonas Jagasa. He's going to extra cover. There is a long off a long one, a man at deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg. So they will desperately want this wicket of Trevon Griffith, who's been excellent so far for his 57, as Akil Hossain here at the top of his mark. Passes umpire Sandy into bowl to Griffith. A shortish delivery. Pull away to the man at deep mid wicket. It's Yannick Correa who will complete a fantastic catch there. He had to dive forward a bit there, but in the end, he made no mistake. So immediately, Akil Hossain getting the breakthrough here for Justin Gillen. Trevon Griffith goes. The man who was set has to depart for 57. So Queen's Park are slowly but surely getting themselves back into this game, Michael.
Yeah, there'll be definitely a few sighs of reliefs by the Queen's Park fans and players. I like seeing the back there of Trevon Griffith, but after getting to his 50 kits, and he seemed to have slowed up a bit. The ball not coming off the bat as he would have liked, as we see interesting move with the likes of Roshan Primus and Brandon Ramdial still in the hut. Alescon Comets up to go with Jed Gooley, the youngster.
Yeah, they'll want a little more stability in the middle overs here. They already have Christopher Barnwell, who can hit the ball a long way. So I think they will want Jet to nudge the ball around and get Barnwell on strike. But in the end, really good work there by Yannick Correa on the deep mid-wicket boundary to complete a fantastic catch. As you mentioned, Trevon Griffith, after getting to his 50, slowed down a bit. I think the fall of those 2 wickets really slowed down his scoring rate a bit. So, but in the end, Queen's Park will be really delighted to see the back of Trevon Griffith as Gooley. He comes in now to join Christopher Barnwell.
Yeah, Griffith definitely playing an excellent hand there. Definitely in the power play overs, getting Alescon Comets off to a blistering start.
As we can see, Akil Hossain to continue here. He's in his 3rd over. He's bowled 2.2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 40 now as he passes umpire Sandy into bowl to Gooley. And this one, it seemed to be a arm ball there, hitting and going away a bit from Jed. He played it into the offside, and Darren Cruikshank, the man at short cover, he did the fielding, firing a lovely return there. He uprooted the stumps there. Luckily, the ball didn't trickle away for some overthrows.
Yeah, that's the type of fieldsman and character Darren Cruikshank is. Very enthusiastic, always likes to get in the middle of the action out there. As Hossain is into Gooley once more, who is playing this one out to Cruikshank again. This time he doesn't have a shot at the stumps, and Gooley is off and running. He is 1 without loss.
Michael, Akil Hossain didn't seem to please there with Darren Cruikshank, allowing that single to be taken by Jed. Just now we saw him really quick in and preventing the run. On this occasion, he was caught off guard, and Gooley accepted the single quite easily there. As Christopher Barnwell, he's on strike. He'll wait to face Akil Hossain. 5th delivery in his 3rd over. He's done a good job thus far, Akil Hossain, and he's continued his good work so far in this tournament as he passes the umpire and bowls this one, turning away from Barnwell, but it was a shortish delivery. He's on the back foot and works it nicely into the onside there. The man from deep square leg, it seems like, T.N. Webster, he runs in and does the fielding. Yeah, so he only gets 1 run, Michael.
Good risks shown there by Christopher Barnwell. He would have grown up on a lot of low, slow turning surfaces back home in Guyana, and showing that he can play the spin, and he is more than capable, just rocking back on his back foot and turning it onto the onside there with some soft hands. Hossain in his final delivery, and that completes his 3rd over. So Akil Hossain coming back on and really turning the screws into the Comets outfit here, as Comets end the 12th over 99 for 3.
So Michael, we could see at the moment this Queen's Park team are really pulling themselves back into the game at the moment with the loss of the man who was set, Trevon Griffith. He's back in the hut. He made 57. So slowly but surely this Queen's Park team are getting themselves back into the game, and they'll want to limit this Alescon Comets team for anyway around the 150, 160 mark.
Back live here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy as we see TJ Hines into Christopher Barnwell, who is whipping this one through the mid-wicket region, and the batsman crossed for 1. And Hines really building up a head of pace here, Keston.
Yeah, he's steaming in there, Terence Hines. He's running in really quickly and delivering some really fast deliveries at the moment. So nice to see Terence Hines running in there. He seems to be fit and ready to go. He's coming off an injury there. I think he was injured recently, so it's nice to see him back there for this Queen's Park team. As Jet Gooley, he's on strike. He'll face up to Terence Hines with a man at backward point. There's a cover, a mid-off, a man at short flying leg. There is a third man on the boundary, a man on the sweeper boundary, a long one, a deep mid-wicket, and a deep backward square. As Terence Hines now at the top of his mark. See, he's running in now. He'll pass umpire Rajkumar and into bowl to Gooley in this one, beating him outside the line of the off stump there. So good-looking delivery by Terence Hines, generating a lot of pace there. Michael?
Yeah, I love to see Terence bowl, especially when he is in good rhythm. And at the moment, he just seems to be, just ambling up to the crease, but still generating a lot of pace and, getting that ball in really good areas. Gooley there wasn't sure if to go forward or back to that delivery. I think he called that the corridor of uncertainty.
Yeah, as we can see, Terence Hines into bowl to Gooley, and this one wide outside the off stump. He's opening the face to the man at third man on the boundary. It seems to be Akil Hossain. He does the fielding quite cleanly there and fires in the return to Nicholas Alexis there, the wicket keeper. So they'll only get 1 run. Jet Gooley, he moves on to 2. Christopher Barnwell is there with him. He now face up to Terence Hines. He's on 16. Way inside over number 13, and the score is 101 for 3. As Terence Hines now passes the umpire into bowl to Barnwell. It's a slower short delivery there. Barnwell unable to get contact. He was attempting to play the uppercut there, but it was a really slow delivery there by Terence Hines. So another dot ball there being showed up there by the Queen's Park team.
Yeah, excellent change of pace. They seemed to surprise everyone, including the keeper. Hines just conceding 7 runs in his 1.5 overs thus far.
Michael, a really good over so far being put together by Terence Hines. He really want to finish this over on a good note. Not getting any boundary. He'll probably like 1 run or 2 runs or even a dot ball to finish off his second over.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely seems to be in good rhythm here is Hines. And as you mentioned earlier, Queen's Park clawing their way back into this game after that explosive opening stand. And this one is unlucky. Unlucky for Hines there. The batsman just getting his bat down in the nick of time, and that ball taking an inside edge and rocketing into the fine leg boundary. That's the end of the 13th over. Alescon Comets 105 for 3.
As we can see, a change from the northern end. Kari Pierre is into the attack. We bowling to Jet Gooley. There's a man at short, third man, a backward point, a cover, a sweeper on the boundary, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short, fine leg. As Kari Pierre now bowls to Jet. This delivery full outside the line of the off stump. Missed by Jet Gooley. Was attempting an expansive drive there, taken cleanly by the wicket keeper. As Kari Pierre back to the top of his mark, passes the umpire, and he's now into bowl to Gooley. A short delivery, cut away to the man at backward point there. It seems to be Isaiah Raja. He does the feeling, unable to effect the run out there. In the end, Christopher Barnwell gets in quite safely. They'll get a single. The score will now move on to 106 for 3. We are inside over number 14. So the Queen's Park team nicely pulling things back at the moment. So we can see there is a similar feel for Christopher Barnwell as a man at short, third man, point, cover, sweeper on the boundary. There's a long off, a long one, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward scare, and a man at short, fine leg. As Kari Pierre now passes the umpire and he's in to bowl to Barnwell, a shortish delivery. He's hiking to the man at long on there, Terence Hine, who does lovely bit of feeling there by Terence Hine to only limit them to 2 runs. He surely saved two more runs there, so good work by Terence Hines. Michael, after bowling a really tidy over, to see him getting on there at long on to prevent 2 more runs to be added to the total.
Yeah, definitely, Keston. That's the advantage of having these utility players in your field, as we see that one being halfway stopped there by Darren Cruikshank at cover, and again another 2 runs being completed there by Barnwell. But Terence Hines really having an excellent all-round game thus far, bowling 2 overs, just conceding 11 runs, and good work done on the outfield there, saving 2 runs. So good bit of cricket all round by the Queen's Park and Comets unit thus far. Barnwell is advancing, and Kari with the half stop. Seeing that Barnwell was advancing, they pulled back his delivery, not allowing him the opportunity to free his arms. So Kari conceding 22 in his first 2 overs, doing well thus far in this over, just conceding 7 runs. Nelson up for Alescon Comets, 1-1-1 for 3, as Pear missing his run up there. Jet Gooley is 3 from 7 deliveries. Christopher Barnwell 25 from just 17. As this is played very late to the man at the short third man region. And that's the end of 14 overs, 111 for 3, Alescon Comets.
See Justin Gillen really making the changes here in these middle overs. As we can see, Sunil Narang, he will come into the attack, from the southern end. As we can see, there's a man at short third man, there's a backward point, a cover, a sweep. That man seems to be a deep point there on the boundary, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg. As Sunil Narang waits at the top of his mark to bowl to Christopher Barnwell. Rhino passes the umpire into bowl to Barnwell. A bit of bounce there, extra bounce there, but in the end, he nudges it into the offside there. He'll get the single. He'll move on now to 26. The score We'll move on to 112 for 3. We're inside the 15th over here as Jed Gooley comes and strike now to face up to Sunil Narang. There's a man at short, third man, a backward point, a cover, a man on the sweeper boundary. There's a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward scare, and a man at short, fine leg as Narang now bows the Jed, and this delivery is hitting it well over the man at deep mid wicket and straight into the stands for 6 runs. So a really good shot there by Jed Gooley. Surprising to see that bit of intent being showed there by Gooley. He seems to really understand the pace of the pitch thus far and really taking a liking to Sunil Narang with that delivery.
Yeah, that shot really coming against the run of play there for Alescon Comets. Gooley moving on to 9 with that 6 as Narang pulls back his length and Gooley is driving confidently to long off. Mm-hmm. 119 for 3. We're halfway into the 15th over here. Comets operating with a decent run rate thus far. Just a click over 8, and that one goes through everyone. The keeper not reading that one, neither the batsman. Only costs 1 by, but there we see the magician at work again. Beating everyone there, all ends up. Only person reading it was Filton here in the commentary booth.
As we can see, Jed Gooley, he comes on strike to face up to Sunil Narang. This Narang now passes the umpires into bowl to Gooley, and this one he's cutting. The short third man Akilo sign there misfield, but in the end they won't get more than 1 run there. So not good work by Akilo sign there. Should have really been much sharper there, preventing them from even getting that single in the first place. As we can see, Christopher Barnwell now, he comes on strike to face up to Sunil Narang. Narang with his last delivery in his third over now. He passes the umpires in. It's a ball spinning down the leg side there. Good take by Nicholas Alexis on this occasion there. Wide signal by umpire Raj Kumar. The score now moves on to 122 for 3. So the Narang now passes the umpires into bowl to Barnwell. This one he's cutting to the man at a backward point. Justin Gillen, the skipper, he does the fielding. They'll still come through for the single. So at the end of 15 overs here in semi-final number 1 of the TTCB T20 competition at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Alescon Comets, who has been sent in here by this Queen's Park team, 123 for 3. As we can see, Kari Pierre to continue from the northern end, and this short delivery being served up by Kari Pierre, pulled away by Christopher Barnwell into the bleachers there, and that goes all the way for 6 more. So a good looking shot by Barnwell.
6 more! Kari Pierre just being a bit too short. They're definitely not having a good outing here with the ball today. And Barnwell judging that length very early, rocking back on his back foot and massaging it over the mid-wicket region. This one giving Barnwell room outside the off stump and being cut out to Yannick Karaya on the boundary. The batsman crossed for 1.
And a really poor delivery there by Kari Pierre. Short and wide, and Jed Gooley there. He made no mistake, cutting it past the man at point and into the boundary for 4 now. So the score now moves on to 134 for 3. So Comets getting back a bit of momentum in this latter half of their innings, Michael.
Yeah, really skillful shot there being completed by Jet Gully, really opening the face at the last minute, dissecting those two fieldsmen at point and short third man. Raja and Jagisar, those fieldsmen, as Carey is in once more. Again, this is wide outside the off stump. That one just keeping a bit low there.
And 6 more!
A lovely shot there by Jet Cooley. A shortish delivery there by Carey and pulled away in between the man at deep mid wicket and the backward square, and it goes all the way for 6 more. So really poor over here by Carey Pierre. So far he's bowled 3.5 overs, no maidens, 1 for 45. So expensive semi-final as he's in to bowl his final delivery, and it's been hit to the man at long off. Terence Hines complete the catch. So as soon as I said he's been expensive, he gets the wicket of Gully. So at the end of 16 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Alescon Comets are 140 for 4. As we can see, the new man to the crease here is Roshan Primus. He can be really dangerous here in this back-end overs, Michael. So this Comets team have this game nicely poised at the moment. There's a set man in Christopher Barnwell at the crease. He's on 34, Roshan Primus, the new batsman who could be really destructive. He's now joined him. So as we can see, Sunil Narang to continue from the southern end.
Yeah, so he'll be operating to Christopher Barnwell, who is on 34, not out. Narayan just holding up that one under one, going straight up in the air. Carey settles on it and completes the catch. So although he had an off day with the ball, no problems in the field for Carey as he completes the catch, and Christopher Barnwell has to depart. Comets now in a spot about it now, 140 for 5.
That's really poor batting there by Christopher Barnwell. He just lost the wicket of Jet Gully in the final delivery of the 16th over. And really disappointed to see that Barnwell would attempt to go after Sunil Narang first delivery in the 17th over. So really poor shot by Christopher Barnwell there. And what this Alescon Comet team would not have wanted is that two new batsmen is at the crease. We can see it. Riyad Emrit, now he'll join Roshan Primus at the crease. So no one set in these back-end overs. Michael and this Queen's Park team have this Alescon Comet side exactly with where they will want them.
Yeah, two new batsmen at the crease. Not the ideal situation for Alescon Comets, but the batsmen before have done pretty good jobs thus far with... let me run you through the batting card. Imran Khan, he made 17. He was the first to go. Vikash Mohan, he was a judge LBW, not getting anything on the board. Christopher Barnwell was just departed there. He held out on the mid-wicket boundary. Jet Gully, he was caught as well at a long off by Terence Hines. And the pick of the batsman thus far, Trevon Griffith, he got to 57, getting Comets off to an explosive start of just 35 deliveries. What I can say is this is a very experienced duo at the crease currently for Alescon Comets. Roshan Primus, who is very aggressive, and Riyad Emrit, who is very experienced in this format of the game, as well as Primus punches it out to Webster on the cover boundary for 1. Comets are 141 for 5. And again, we see Sunil really doing his job here for the captain and the Queen's Park outfit, getting 2 wickets, just conceding 20 runs, and he is already into his last over.
Yes, the Narang now passes the umpire into bowl to Riyad Emirates, and this one he's playing just in front of him there. He's unable to get a run. So good work being done by Sunil Narang, as he usually does. As we can see, there's a man at slip, there's a cover, a mid-off, a short-third man, a sweeper on the boundary, and there is a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a deep backward scare, and a man at short, a fine leg. At this delivery from Sunil Narang, it's played into the onside there by Riyad Emirates. There was a appeal by Nicholas Alexis there. He alone went up. No decision was made by umpire Rajkumar as Sunil Narang walked back to the top of his mark to bowl his 5th delivery in his final over. As he now passes the umpire, he's in to bowl to Riyad Emirates. This one, he's playing just in front of him again there, Riyad Emirates. So he's not looking to take the chance against Sunil Narang so far. As we are into the last delivery in the 17th over, 141 for 5, Alescon Comets, as Sunil Narang now passes umpire Rajkumar to bowl his final delivery, and this one, Emirates opening to the face to the man at short third man. He's attempting the single there, but it was never on. In the end, sent back by Roshan Primus. So at the end of 17 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1, Alescon Comets are 141 for 5. If you're now joining us, I can tell you that we are here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy for semi-final number 1. It's Queen's Park Cricket Club versus Alescon Comets. The Queen's Park team, they won the toss and elected to field first. The Queen's Park team comprises of Justin Gillen, captain, Tian Webster, Isaiah Raja, Yannick Karaya, Akil Hossain, Sunil Narang, Javon Sears, Terence Hines, John Rush Jarasa, Nicholas Alexis, Kari Pierre, and 12th man is Darren Cruikshank, with 30 man being Joshua De Silva. The Alescon Comets team is Riyad Emirates, captain, Vikash Mohan, Navin Bidesi, Jed Gully, Imran Khan, Kashri Singh, Roshan Primus, Christopher Barnwell, Trevon Griffith, Brandon Ramdial, and Ravindra Jagrup. As we can see, Terence Hines to pick up the attack from the northern end. He'll be bowling to Roshan Primus here as he runs in now, passes the umpire and bowls to Primus. He's in a tick outside edge there, and it will go into the boundary for 4. So Primus here, not the most convincing shot, but he will welcome the boundary nonetheless for his team as the score now moves on to 145 for 5 inside the 18th over.
Yeah, definitely a welcome boundary there for the Comets unit. We're into the business end of the innings now. Hines bowling 2 overs previously, just conceding 11 runs in his spell thus far. He'll be bowling the 18th and more than likely the 20th over Keston. So he'll want to put all his tricks on show now and hopefully get Primus back into the pavilion, as this one is taking the inside edge and eventually ricocheting off the pad of Primus. Batsman complete the single. Primus moves on to 6. Riyad Emirates yet to get off the mark. He has faced 4 deliveries thus far. Sunil Narang completing his spell in the previous over. 4 overs, 2 wickets to just 20 runs. In that spell, he completed 12 dot deliveries, Gaston.
Sunil Narang doing exactly what he's been paid to do, building pressure there, and in the end getting the wickets of the batsmen. As Terence Hines now runs in, passes the umpires in to bowl to Emirates. A lower short delivery there. Emirates ducking and pulling at the same time. They're unable to get contact. It goes through to wicketkeeper Nicholas Alexis there. No runs added to the total, as we can see. Umpire Sandy signaling 1 for the over. Terrence Hines operating to Emirates with a man at backward point. There's a sweeper on the boundary. There's a cover in the ring, a mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a deep backward square, a man at short fine leg, and a third man on the boundary.
Hines into Emirates once more. This will be the 4th delivery in the 18th over. This one is crashed down too long on. An excellent catch completed there by Carey Pear. Jesus, guy is an excellent fieldsman, Keston.
Yeah, what an amazing catch being executed there by Carey Pear. He can't seem to drop any at the moment, Michael. He's pulling off some real screamers here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. So that sees the end of the Alescon Comets captain. He goes without scoring Riyad Emirates. So Terrence Hines doing exactly what his captain would have wanted in this 18 over, Michael. A lovely, lovely catch by Carey Pear.
Yeah, the previous delivery we saw excellent slower bouncer being completed there by Terrence Hines, and this delivery accounting for the wicket of Riyad Emirates, a full out ball. So getting Emirates on the back foot, probably expecting another short delivery there was Emirates. Not really committing to that shot 100% there, and excellent work being done on the boundary there by Carey Pear. Really set the world alight with that return catch in the CPL final, but all who knows this individual would have expected him to take that catch.
Yeah, Carey Pear is one of the more brilliant fielders going around in the Caribbean for me, and he's shown his true worth yet again. And the new man to the crease, it seems to be Brandon Ramdial. He'll come in to join Roshan Primus. So Alescon Comets, who was off the flyer in the first half of their innings, at the moment being pegged back by this Queen's Park unit. So really good work being shown by Justin Gillen and his team at the moment. This Alescon Comets, who would have liked to reach probably 190, 200 at the moment, 146 for 6. We're inside the 18th over. So really, really good work being done by the Queen's Park bowlers. As Terrence Hines now passes the umpire to bowl to Brandon Ramdial, and it's another slow delivery, beating him outside the line of the off stump. It goes by to be taken by the keeper, Nicholas Alexis. He's unable to take it cleanly, but in the end, no single on offer there to the batsman. You can see Terrence Hines operating with the same field to Riyad Emirates. There's a man on the third man boundary. There is a backward point, a sweeper on the boundary, a cover, a mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg. Terrence Hines to bowl his final delivery in his third over. He's bowled 2.5 overs, no maidens, 1 for 16 as he passes the umpires in to bowl to Ramdial, and a shortish delivery being pulled in the gap between long on and deep mid-wicket. It goes into the boundary for 4. So not the finish to the over he would have wanted, but in the end, after 18 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1, Alescon Comets are 150 for 6.
Yeah, it just goes to show how well balanced this Comets unit is when you could have a guy striding to the wicket at number 8 and pulling his second delivery for a comfortable 4. Keston?
Yeah, so this Comets team, their batting lineup is really long. There's still Navin Bidesi, who is on the 19 Trinidad player. He's still to come, and he's no mug with a bat as well. So, but I must say, Michael, good work being shown by Queen's Park in the field to pull themselves back into this game. 150 for 6. There's still 2 more overs to go, and it could get away from them. But the way they are bowling at the moment, I don't think this Comets team is going to get to the 180, 190 target that Filton suggested early on.
I think Filton was a bit more hopeful more than anything there with that 180, but this is a semi-final encounter, and 150 runs is runs on the board. Very important for these finals, as we see Akil Hossain switching around ends. He'll be bowling to Primus, who opens this one and runs it down to the point region. Rotating the strike there well is Roshan Primus. He gets Ramdial back on strike. Akil Hossain with figures of 3.1 overs, 1 for 17 thus far. I really must say, though, I am very impressed with Terrence Hines so far.
Yeah, Terrence Hines has shown great maturity in this innings thus far. He's really held his nerve thus far in this innings, and he's bowled really well. He's been, as I told you earlier on, he's been in some good bowling form throughout the back end of the season. He completed a 5-wicket haul in one of the games, and he was economical as well in his last game. I think he bowled 4 overs, no mids, 1 for 16 in his last game. So Terence Hines has been doing the job for his team as Akil Hossain now into bowl to Ramdial. A shortish delivery there. He's staying to the man at backward point there. They'll complete a single. Akil Hossain isn't happy there. But Michael, question for you. I wonder who Filton Williams is backing in this game, seeing he's coming up against his former club here, and his current employers, Queen's Park, is in the semi-finals against them.
Well, I'm not sure if our viewers would remember. I asked him who he was backing in the World Cup, and he said England. And to my knowledge, I don't think he was born in any county. He is a West Indian, so I'm not sure where Filton's allegiances lie, but I would like to believe it's with Queen's Park, as we see that one, the batsman crossed for another single. We're halfway into the 19th over.
Akil Hossain now walks in now, passes the umpire, into bowl to Ramdial, and this delivery struck on the pad there. There's a loud appeal. No decision being made there, and a mix-up there by these two batsmen. Roshan Primus is gone run out. He's really disappointed there. But Ramdial wasn't looking. To me, that single was never on. There the ball came off the pad of Ramdial, trickled into the onside. The man had short fine legs, Sunil Narang. He was quick on the mark. He got to the ball quickly. Primus was running down the track there. Ramdial wasn't looking at him. And in the end, he goes run out for 8. So as I told you, Michael, a spot of butter here for this Alescon Comets team.
Yeah, well, we've heard about suicidal bombers. That's suicidal runners. As we see Navin Bidesi striding to the wicket, but really poor work done there in the middle by Brandon Ramdial and Roshan Primus. Very poor communication, and we hear a lot about momentum in cricket, Keston, and it seems to be that Comets are slowly losing their way coming to the back end of this innings, and Queen's Park gaining momentum going into their batting innings.
And to me, it's Comets to blame at the moment, because it's been some really poor work in the middle overs. We saw the wicket of Jet Gooley, and immediately after that, the first delivery in Sunil Narang's over, we saw Christopher Barnwell perishing as well, and now we're seeing some poor bit of work being done in the middle by these two batsmen. And Michael, a question for you: do you think that Ramdial should have walked out his crease, seeing that Roshan Primus is the man who we think can hit the ball a long way?
This one being played out to short cover for a single by Ramdial. He gets Bidesi on strike. Well, important for the youngsters coming up who are looking on to the field. Match awareness is something we don't speak too much about, but it's so important for everyone to be aware as to what is actually going on in the field and what is their role. Brandon Ramdial coming in, his role would have been definitely to get Roshan Primus on strike, to get that big hitter on strike, and to close off the innings for Comets with some momentum, as we see Bidesi hitting this one out too long on. The batsman crossed for 1, good aggressive running, but that's all there'll be. 155 for 7 at the end of 19, and that's the end of the spell for Akil Hossain, just conceding 21 runs, getting a wicket as well in the process.
Yeah, so another good outing there by Akil Hossain. He'll be delighted with his performance here today. So he'll be as usual, he's doing the job for his Queen's Park team, as at the end of 19 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. It's 155 for 7. As we can see, Terence Hines, he will bowl the final over here in this Alescon Comets innings. He'll be bowling to Navin Bidesi. There's a man at short fine leg. There's a backward square on the boundary, a deep mid wicket, a long on, a mid off in the ring, a cover, a point, a sweep on the boundary, and a short third man. As this delivery from Terence Hines, there's a bit of movement It seemed like it was a slow ball, just on the line of the off stump, going away from Navin. He was able to get some bat on it, not just into the offside, and he completes a single as it brings Brandon Ramdial on strike. Let's see how he'll go in this final over. That run out of Rashawn Primus will be playing in the back of his mind. Yeah, he'll want to finish off the innings good for his team, seeing that his partner, who they would have sent to close off the innings, is back in the hut. As we can see, a change in the field here for Ramdial as a man on the third man boundary, a backward point, a sweep on the boundary, a cover, a mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a deep backward scan, a man at short, fine leg. As Terence Hines now runs it, passes the umpire into bowl to Ramdial, and he's missing this one outside the off stump there. Michael, that one was right in the slot, but losing his shape there, Brandon Ramdial.
Yeah, unable to make any contact there is Ramdial, and we are into the last over. Just 4 legal deliveries remaining in the innings here for Alescon Comets, and they would like to maximize all 4 of these deliveries. But we see Terence Hines, as I did mention earlier, bowling that heavy ball, that ball just pitching and going straight through to wicketkeeper Nicholas Alexis. As you see Hines into the crease once more, passes the umpire, and a good slow delivery being served up there by Ramdial. He squeezes it out to Sunil Narayan there at cover. And you know, Keston, we take these slow deliveries for granted now, but you know, a lot of work has to go into the nets to you know, really master the art of this slow delivery.
Yeah, and Terence Hines is a guy who's been working on his slow deliveries in training over the years, and nice to see him executing it quite well here at the moment as he runs in now in his 4th delivery in his final over to bowl to Navin Bidesi, and this one he's hitting it up in the air. It doesn't go far. The man at mid-off, Kari Pierre, he completes the catch. So another wicket to Kari Pierre. Another wicket, sorry, to Terence Hines. It's Kari Pierre. 3rd catch. Navin Bidesi has to go. He goes for 8. So it's 157 here for 8 in the final over here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. So Michael, a good outing here from Terence Hines thus far as he's running in out to bowl his 5th delivery in his final over, and this one Ramdial hits it to the man at long on there, and Kari Pierre doing some good work there at long on, but in the end they'll come through for 2 runs. But it's so important in these back end innings as a batsman to remain still at the crease. To me, those deliveries that Ramdial are facing are right in the area to hit for 6, but his head is all over the place and he's losing his shape there, Michael.
Yeah, we see the modern day batsmen just setting themselves with a good solid base, clearing that front leg and hoping for something in the fullish zone to go out of the park. As we see, this is the final delivery of the Alescon Comets innings, and Hines is in a shortish delivery, and again, 1 by conceded, so not bad stuff. 160 runs here. Comets ends their innings at the crease for 8 wickets. Decent stuff by the Comets unit.
Yeah, decent stuff by Comets, but they really wanted to get to probably 180, 190, even 200 with the start that they had. Poor batting in the middle overs, but I must say some good bowling by Queen's Park to limit them to this total. Michael, tell me, do you think this is a good total for Queen's Park to chase?
Well, I do honestly think that it's going to be competitive. The wicket seems to be playing very true. The highlights for me definitely will be Trevon Griffith. He was really explosive there at the top, really taking the game away from the Queen's Park unit. But as we saw the introduction of Sunil Narayan into the attack, he tightened things up with that over that just conceded something in the region of 4 or 5 runs, and there we had Kari Pair. Although he was expensive, he did get the wicket of Imran Khan, and as that first wicket fell, it seemed to be the end of the momentum there for the Comets unit, coupled with some poor shot selection by the Comets batsmen, losing wickets at regular intervals, but really a stellar bowling performance by young Terence Hines, bowling at the back end of the innings, picking up 2 valuable scalps, conceding 24 runs. The magician Sunil Narayan, he got 2 for 20 as well. Akil Hussain, he goes by seemingly unnoticed, just conceding 21 runs in his 4-over spell, but he also picked up a wicket. So a really good all-round performance by the Queen's Park unit. They were excellent in the field as well. Can't forget Kari Pair in the outfield with those catches. So it's going to be a good competitive game. We wait to see the Queen's Park response in a couple of minutes' time, Keston.
Yeah, and I think this Queen's Park team is going to go hard at the top with the aggressive Tian Webster. He'll probably open the batting with Justin Gillen, the captain, who is an aggressive player as well. So it will be a really interesting match. We wait to see. The pitch seems to be a really good one. I don't think it's going to change much at all. The only thing I can tell you is that the slow deliveries that I saw Terence Hines bowling in this, it seemed to be gripping a bit. But this Alescon Comets have some experience in Riyad Emirates, who is in fantastic form. He took 4 wickets, I think, in the last game for probably 6 runs or something like that. There is Christopher Barnwell there. He is an experienced guy in his play. He already applied a straight in the IPL. He was there with I think it's Royal Challengers Bangalore at some point in time. Was unable to play, but that experience will be do the world of good to this Comets team. There's Roshan Primus, who is a very attacking opening option as well. So as you said earlier on, it's going to be a really interesting match here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. But I can tell you, at the end of 20 overs here, Alescon Comets were sent into bat by this Queen's Park team, 160 for 8, as we wait on the Queen's Park response coming up shortly. We welcome you back to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1. Alescon Comets posted a total of 160 from their 20 overs. As we can see, the Queen's Park unit out there to bat Justin Gillen, the captain. He'll take first strike. Alongside him on the non-striker end is T20 Webster. It looks like Rashawn Primus. He'll open the bowling from the southern end. There's a slip, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a short mid-wicket, a short fine leg. There's a third man on the boundary and a man a deep backward square. As Rashawn Primus to bowl his first delivery here, passes the umpires into bowl to Justin. It's wide down the leg side there. The keeper there unable to get proper gloves to that there. They'll get the wide and a bye as well. So it's 2 wides there from that first delivery as T20 Webster. He comes on strike to face up to Rashawn Primus. Rashawn Primus will operate with a similar feel to Webster as well. The man out third man and fine leg instead of the deep backward square. And the rest of the field repeats the same as Rashawn Primus runs in now to Webster. A wide delivery there. No ball signal by umpire Rajkumar there. So this will be a free hit here to T20 Webster. So he couldn't ask for anything better here, Michael, in his first to face up his second delivery or his first delivery.
Yeah, definitely. If you ask a batsman how he'd want to get off the mark, 10 times out of 10 he would say off a free hit. So Webster unable to be dismissed by this delivery. He will look to capitalize and get a maximum. Primus will have other ideas. Wideish delivery by Primus, and he'll have to re-bowl that again as this is signaled wide by umpire Rajkumar.
Yeah, so Rashawn Primus not off to a good start as far as in a set of extras this in this first over. There's been a no ball and 2 wides there, or 3 wides thus far. So Primus back at the top of his mark. He runs in, passes the umpire, and there's no contact there by T20 Webster. There's a big swipe there, unable to get contact, taken by the keeper there, Brandon Ramdial. So no more runs added to the total. The score is 4 without loss. Only 1 delivery bowled as far in this first over. 1 legal delivery, that is. Primus operating with a slip. There's a backward point, a cover point, a short cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a man at short square leg. There is a fine leg on the boundary and a man on the third man boundary. As Rashawn Primus, he now collects the ball at the top of his mark. Looks to run in now. He runs in, he passes the umpire. It's a short, wide-ish delivery there. A good-looking shot there, uppercut there by T20 Webster. Wide of the man on the third man boundary. It goes into the boundary for 4. So Rashawn Primus in this first over, he's been really wide outside the line of the off stump and short as well. So not good stuff being served up by Rashawn Primus. You'll have to remember it's only 160 that they have on the board, and he will need to be on the money as soon as possible. T20 Webster, he opens his account. He's on 4. Gillen is yet to get off the mark as Rashawn Primus now. He runs in, passes the umpires into bowl to Webster on the line of the leg stump, worked into the onside there, wide of the man at long on. It goes into the boundary here, so back-to-back boundaries for T20 Webster. He now moves on to 8. The score is 12, and it's only 3 deliveries bowled in this first over. So Rashawn Primus, after a really poor start, not what Riyad Emirates would have wanted from his opening quick, as Primus now is back to the top of his mark. He'll have to do some thinking here what he'll want to bowl in this 4th delivery. Hasn't been good stuff. He's been all over the money thus far. As Primus now passes the umpires into bowl to Webster. Delivery outside the line of the off stump. Webster, they're unable to get good contact on that delivery. It goes to the man at short cover. No runs added to the total. So we're in the first over. 4 deliveries bowled as far. The score is 12 without loss. T.N. Webster, he's on 8. Gillen, he's yet to get off the mark. If you're now joining us, Alescon Comets was sent in to bat by Queen's Park. They amassed 160 for 8 from their 20 overs. Queen's Park here now are 12 without loss. Chasing as this one from T.N. Webster just nudging to the offside to the man at mid-off and a quick single there. Gillen was off the mark a bit late, but in the end quite safely because the man at mid-off, it seems like it was Christopher Barnwell. He was slow to get off the mark, so in the end a comfortable single being taken there by T.N. Webster. So you can see Justin Gillen now to face up to Prime as the men out are third man on the boundary and a man at deep backward square. There is a slip, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a short mid-wicket and a short fine leg. As Roshan Primus now runs into bowl his final delivery to Gillen, and this one he's getting a edge there to the man at third man. The man at third man doesn't do justice with that one. In the end, they complete 2 runs. So at the end of the first over here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park, we are in pursuit of 161 for victory of 15 without loss.
So it's going to be the skipper for Alescon Comets, Riyad Emrit, to start proceedings for the Comets unit from the media center end. As we saw an erratic over being served up there by Roshan Primus with a couple of wides and a no ball in the mix. As Webster is cutting away off Emrit. Batsmen eventually settle for the single. Queen's Park 16 without loss. Webster has been decent in this tournament to date. He has been getting a couple of brisk starts, but not being able to push on to get that sizable total and score that he would have won. But I'll tell you something, sitting with him in the changing room a bit earlier, he seems to be up to the task. Heston, a picture of utter focus.
Yeah, he seems to be quite focused about this innings. He'll want to get off to a big score in this semi-final and get his team over the line. As Emrit now bowls to Gillen, a short delivery down the leg side there. He pulled it to the man at short fine leg. Disappointed here, Justin Gillen, that he wasn't able to capitalize on that bad delivery by Riyad Emrit. But as you said, T.N. Webster, he's such a brilliant young batsman there. He'd be disappointed with the scores that he's been getting so far. He's getting himself off to a nice start, but not able to carry on. And he'll want to get a big score in this semi-final and carry his team to the final. As Riyad Emrit now back to the top of his mark as he runs in now. Passes umpire Sandy into bowl to Gillen. A shortish delivery there. He looks like he's hit on the shoulder there, Justin Gillen. So good bit of aggression being showed by Riyad Emrit. The ball trickles into the offside. No runs there. So we are into... It seemed like it was his helmet that one ricocheted into there. As we can see him having a look at his helmet, Justin Gillen. He seems to be okay. As he's having a chat with T.N. Webster. So 16 without loss. We are inside the second over. So good looking start so far by Queen's Park. They are going at a rate of 10.67 runs per over. As Riyad Emrit now runs in, passes the umpire into bowl to Gillen, and this delivery is pulled away. That's 6 runs. That's 6 runs there by Justin Gillen. So after being struck in the helmet the previous delivery, he responds with a pull shot all the way for 6. So good looking stuff there by Justin Gillen, and this Queen's Park team is off to a flyer, 22 without loss. 2 more deliveries left in the second over. Here is Riyad Emirates. Oh, the umpire Sandy there stuck his hand out there. Probably a bit of chat in the field as Emirates was running up to bowl. He's operating to Gillen with a man at slip. There's a short third man, a back. It seems to be a deepish gully there. There is a man at cover point. Mid off, long on, a deep backward square, and a man at short mid wicket and short fine leg as this delivery just on the line of the leg stump worked into the onside to the man at short mid wicket. No runs added to the total. So one more delivery left in the second over here. Queen's Park in pursuit of 161 off to a flyer operating at 12 runs at 12 runs per over at the moment. Gillen, he's on 8. Webster is on 10 as Riyad Emirates now runs in. Passes umpire Sandy into bowl to Gillen, and this one seaming away from Gillen there. He opens the face, goes to the man at, it seems like a short turn man there. They'll get no run. So at the end of 2 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1, Queen's Park at 22 without loss. After that erratic first over there by Roshan Primus, immediately we see a change being employed there by Riyad Emirates. It seems to be the off spin of Kashri Singh to come into the attack from the southern end. He'll be bowling to Tion Webster. There's a man at slip. It seems to be Christopher Barnwell. There's a short-ish third body is wide. There's a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a long on, a short mid-wicket, a man at deep mid-wicket, and a man at short fine leg. As Kashri Singh there. He's at the top of his mark here.
Okay, son, definitely a brave and bold move here by Riyad Emirates, bringing on his off-spinner in the power play overs with only 2 men outside the 30-yard circle, that being a deep mid-wicket and a long on. But I think it's a brave move. It's the right end he's bowling from, because if Tion Webster decides to hit with the spin, he'll be going against the breeze. So a tactical move here by Riyad Emirates, as this one is spewed down the leg side. Umpire with arms outstretched is Lyndon Rajkumar. So pretty indisciplined stuff by the Comets outfit thus far, already conceding 5 extras as the right-handed Webster awaits Kashri Singh. As you see the crowd beginning to build here on this Indian arrival day. Webster is driving, coming on the inside half of the bat. It goes to long ons and gets the left-handed Justin Gillen on strike. Singh will be spinning the ball away from Gillen's bat. We'll wait to see which 2 fieldsmen are stationed outside the 30-yard circle. I could tell you it is a deep mid-wicket and a long on for Gillen. So similar field being employed here by Kashri Singh. I remember last season Kashri did get the better of Justin Gillen in both innings of the 2-day game. He was out in identical fashion, being caught at cover. We'll wait to see if history repeats itself here today, Keston.
The Queen's Park team will most likely hope not, as Kashri Singh into bowl to Gillen, and this one short cut away there by Gillen. A good looking stop there by the man at, it looks to be shortish third man. It's Ravindra Jack Roop there doing some good work. Gillen in the end, he'll complete the single. It brings Tion Webster on strike. With the last delivery we saw Kashri bowl to Tion Webster. He slowed it up a bit there. Tion Webster was unable to get good contact in the end. Coming off the inside half of the bat to the man at long on, we'll wait to see what Kashri Singh serves up with this delivery as he passes the umpire now to bowl to Tion Webster. Shortish delivery, angling down the leg side there. It seemed to come off the pad of Tion Webster. Disappointed that he was unable to get contact there, but it was a really badly lying delivery by Kashri Singh. as he'll be operating with a similar feel. There's a man at deep mid wicket at a long on out as Kashri Singh there at the top of his mark, spinning the ball from hand to hand. He runs in now, passes the umpire in to bowl to Webster. This one a shortage delivery punch to the man at short cover. No runs added to the total. So it's been good stuff in the over thus far for Kashri Singh. He's bowled four deliveries thus far. He's only conceded 3 runs. So he's doing exactly what Riyad Emirates would have wanted. He's bowled some delivery that has been badly lying down the leg side to Webster, but in the end he hasn't paid the price.
Yeah, so Kashri pulling things back well here for the Comets unit as he's into Webster once more, and this is pulled away to the man at the mid-wicket boundary. He comes around and eventually cuts it off. The batsman crossed for 2 easy runs there, so Kashri guilty of being a bit too short there, allowing Webster to just rock back on his back foot and swivel it into the onside for 2 easy runs. But it's been a decent over thus far by Kashri Singh. It's always difficult for a spinner to be operating in these power play overs with just 2 fieldsmen outside the 30-yard circle, but he's done excellently thus far with just 1 ball remaining in his first over here. Queen's Park are 27 without loss. Final delivery in the 3rd over coming up, and this is down the leg side once more, and wide signal by umpire Lyndon Rajkumar. So guilty is the Comets bowlers of conceding too many extras already. We've had 6 extras and not even 3 overs bowlers yet, Gaston.
Yeah, so some poor bowling so far by Comets because Kashri Singh trying to target probably middle and leg there from T and Webster, and this delivery there, slowish delivery, shortish, but T and Webster unable to get much contact on it there, hitting it straight back to the bowler. Kashri Singh, he does the feeling. So in the end, he completes a good over. He'll only concede 6 runs in this over. So after 3 overs here in semi-final number 1 at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park were in pursuit of 161 for victory, 28 without loss. As we can see, a change at the northern end. It's Christopher Barnwell. He's into the attack to bowl to Justin Gillen as he passes the umpire. Bowl to Gillen. This one just on the line of the off stump. He plays it into the offside to the man at short cover. No runs. Barnwell operating to Justin Gillen with the man at short. Third man, there's a backward point. There is a cover. Point, sorry. A short cover as well. There's a long off. Mid on. A short mid-wicket, a man at fine leg and a deep backward square as Barnwell runs into bowl to Gillen. Shortish deliveries, cutting it straight to the man at backward point. No runs being added to the total.
Yeah, so Emirates really ringing the changes here. We're into the 4th over and already 4 different bowlers being used here by Alescon Comets. Really looking for that breakthrough to halt the aggressive start by Gillen and Webster. 28 without loss. Queen's Park in pursuit of 161 for victory. This one a slower ball. Gillen is driving uppishly through the cover region. The ball running quickly to the boundary, but eventually it is pulled back in. And the batsman crossed for 3. Gillen with that shot, he moves on to 12 of just 10 deliveries, and Webster is there with him 13 from 12 deliveries. Queen's Park 31 without loss. Solid start this by the opening pair for the Parkites. Barnwell off a relatively short run-up. He has a bag of tricks as well, with a lot of slower deliveries in his repertoire.
As we could see some changes in the field here to T and Webster. There's a man at short third man, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off. There's a short fine leg. There's a man going at short square leg, short mid-wicket. The man on the boundary, deep mid-wicket, and a man at long on. As Barnwell now runs and passes the umpire into bowl to Webster. It's a wide delivery outside the line of the off-stump. Umpire Sandy here now gives us the signal as the score now moves on to 32. Without loss, we're inside the fourth over. As Christopher Barnwell now runs and passes the umpire to bowl his fourth delivery to Webster. This one on the line of the leg stump. It seems like it comes off the pad here, so it goes into the boundary for 4 leg byes there. So a badly lined delivery there by Christopher Barnwell. Not what Riyad Emirates, the Comet skipper, would have wanted. His bowlers hasn't been on the money thus far in this innings. They got off to a flyer when they batted. They crumble in the middle overs, and clearly they're not on spot here in this Queen's Park run chase. As Barnwell now back at the top of his mark to bowl his 5th delivery in his first over, as he passes the umpire into, and it's defended just outside the line of the off stump there by Tian. Fends it into the offside there. The man at short cover does the fielding, and no runs added to the total. It seems to be Vikash Mohan there at short cover. Christopher Barnwell now to bowl his final delivery in his first over. He passes the umpire into bowl, and Tian Webster drags that one onto his stump there, and Barnwell gets the big wicket of Tian Webster. He lost the shape there a bit, Tian Webster. He tried to muscle that ball a bit too powerfully there, and in the end dragged it onto his stumps. He has to go. He goes for 13, so yet again he's unable to get that big score that he desperately needs. So Alescon Comets, they strike. They get the first wicket here, and it's 36 for 1 at the end of 4 overs.
So Barnwell getting the better of Tion Webster there. He goes for 13 and getting that important breakthrough there for Alescon Comets. They strike first blood here this afternoon at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park, 36 for 1. And we're going to see bowler number 5 now, Keston. Jed Gooley from the Hospitality Suites end, bowling to Justin Gillen, who threads it to the gap at point there, beating 1, 2, 3 fieldsmen, and the ball runs into the boundary now. 4 good runs by the Parkites captain. He moves on to 16 without loss now. So that wicket of Webster not having too much of effect on Gillen there. Keston?
Yeah, but I must say, I don't understand the thinking by Riyad Emirates, because Kashri Singh, he just bowled a really good over from that end, and now he's been replaced by Jet Gooley's first delivery goes for a boundary. And it's another delivery from Jet Gooley outside the line of the off stump. Justin Gillen allows it to go by, to be taken by the keeper. The score remains on 40-1. We are inside the 5th over as Jet Gooley now passes the umpire. He's in to bowl to Gillen. Another short delivery there. Hit straight to the man there at extra cover. It seems to be Vikash Mohan, and there is no runs added to the total. So not exactly where Jet wants to be bowling at the moment, as he passes the umpire. Bowl to Gillen, and this one a shortish delivery pulled away to the man at deep mid wicket. They'll get the single there. Some good work being done. It seems like Navin Bidesi out there. He got around quite quickly and prevented them from coming back for the second. And Gillen now he moves on to 17. Isaiah Raja was now joined the crease after the wicket of T.N. Webster. He's going to face his first delivery here from Jet Gooley. Gooley will bowl his 5th delivery in his first over to Isaiah Raja. So he runs in now, passes the umpire bowl, and this delivery, a shortish delivery to Raja. Unable to put it away, sits straight to the man at short cover, Imran Khan there. He does the feeling. There is a man at short third man. There is a backward point, a cover point, an extra cover, short cover, mid off a long on a deep mid wicket and a short fine leg, as this delivery just on the line of the off stump and driven by Isaiah Raja to the man at extra cover, and no runs taken. So at the end of 5 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in semi-final number 1, Queen's Park, in pursuit of 161 for victory of 41 for 1.
Yeah, Keston, I can let you know at the end of 5 overs, Comets were actually 56 without loss, so well and truly ahead at this particular stage is Alescon Comets. Trevor Griffith was hitting it to all parts of the ground. As we see Barnwell, he is the first bowler to have a spell in excess of 1 over. He will be starting his 2nd over from the media centre. Justin Gillen there on 17 not out. Isaiah Raja just joining him to the crease. Barnwell sporting that number 90 on his back. Runs in, passes the umpire, and Gillen is attempting to cut. Not favourable contact made there by Gillen. So Keston Barnwell seems to be mixing up his line and length together with his pace here very expertly.
He's been doing a good job so far in this over. As soon as we see that, he strays down the leg side there. Wide signal by umpire Sandy, but a good take by the keeper there. So he's been mixing up his pace nicely. He's been hitting the good areas. Christopher Barnwell, out of the bowlers that we've seen thus far, he's the only one who seems to have a plan. As we can see, he's into his 2nd over. He's bowled 1.1 overs, no maidens, 1 for 5 as he now runs in. Passes the umpire to bowl to Gillen. This one straight down the leg side there. A good take in the end by the man. A good stop in the end by the man at short fine leg there. In the end, Justin is able to complete the single. So the score now moves on to 43 for 1. Isaiah Raja will now face his first delivery from Christopher Barnwell.
Barnwell into Raja for the first time. This one played out to point, no run scored. So Raja, he's known to take his time to build and start his work to get into the innings. I can let you know I'm excited to see young Nicholas Alexis when he gets his opportunity to come to the crease. He was excellent in the quarterfinal fixture against Merry Boys, getting some 78 runs in 40 odd deliveries. As Barnwell is into Raja once more, he's cutting away, and he does find the gap at the point region, and he will get off the mark with a glorious stroke to the boundary. He is now 4 not out, and Queen's Park 47 for 1. Just 2 deliveries left in these power play overs. Keston?
Yeah, good looking shot there by Isaiah Raja. Not the delivery that Barnwell would have wanted to bowl there. Short and wide, and Raja made no mistake with that body line delivery, as we can see. Barnwell at the top of his mark. He seemed to be a bit disgusted with that last delivery as he threw the ball to the ground there, as he now looks to run in at Isaiah Raja. He passes the umpires into bowl to Raja, who advances and hits it straight back at Barnwell there. In the end, a mix-up between the two batsmen. They will complete the single there, but I'm not sure about the thinking there by Isaiah Raja. He just got the boundary, but you can see him advancing the next delivery and trying to hit it back over the head of Barnwell. In the end, it struck him on the hand. He was unable to hang on to it. They went through for the single, but I think Isaiah Raja needs to be thinking about what he should be doing here. They already lost the wicket of T and Webster, so they don't want to be giving away easy wickets to this Comets team. As Christopher Barnwell at the top of his mark to bowl his final delivery in his second over. He's only conceded 2 runs for that 1 wicket. We could see a change with the fielders out. There is a man on the sweeper boundary and a man at deep backward square to Justin Gillen, as Barnwell now runs into bowl his final delivery and the final delivery of the power play. And this one, a shortage delivery, is pulled away backward of square, and it goes into the boundary for 4. A really poor delivery there by Barnwell. Just before he bowled out, we could see him bringing the man just in front of square. But it's a badly lined delivery, and in the end, 4 runs to Justin. So at the end of the power play, it's 52 for 1, so a good start by this Queen's Park team. As we can see, a change from the southern end. Kashri Singh is back into the attack with these 2 left-handers at the crease. Riyad Emirates will want to have an off-spinner on one of the ends, and he's bowling Kashri from, I think, the right end here. Michael, as we can see him operating with a deep backward square, a deep mid-wicket, a long off, a sweep on the boundary, a backward point, a short third man, and a short fine leg. As this delivery from Kashri Singh just on the line of the off stump, and Isaiah Raja is forward and driving it to the man at long on for the single.
Yeah, Raja, they're doing the sensible thing, getting his captain, Gillan, back on strike. He seems to be batting very fluently at the moment. He is 22 from 17 deliveries. We're into the 7th over now, so we can't describe this as being the middle passage of the batting innings. Kashri operating outside the off stump. Gillen shoulders arms, allows it to go through to the keeper Ramdial to tidy up. 53 for 1. Queen's Park operating with a run rate just a touch over 8. Gillen is driving through the cover. Batsman cross to 1, so Kashri keeping things relatively tight here.
As Kashri Singh to continue from the southern end to bowl to Raja, and as he passes the umpire, and this one Raja is driving it wide of the man at long on there. The call is for 2, unable to get through for 2 runs. Some good work there by the man at long off. So in the end, they'll get a single. The score now moves on to 55. Isaiah Raja, he's on 7. Justin Gillen now comes on strike. He's on 23.
So good aggressive running being shown here by this Parkites duo. If you're just joining us here, I can let you know that the Queen's Park Cricket Club, they won the toss against Alescon Comets in this first semi-final fixture here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, and opting to bowl first, as you see Gillen stroking this one beautifully through the point region for 4 more. Trevon Griffith, the Guyanese opening explosive batsman, he got to 57 from just 35 deliveries. Christopher Barnwell with him as well. He made 34 from 23, and Jed Gooley, he chipped in with 21 as well. Eventually, Comets getting to 160 for 8 in their 20 overs after getting 100 runs in the first 10. So Queen's Park pulling things back nicely in the second half of that innings. Akil Hossain got 1 for 21. Kari Pear 2 for 45. Sunil Narain 2 for 20. And Terence Hines 2 for 24. Here back live at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. It's 59 for 1. So Queen's Park in hot pursuit of that 161 for victory.
Yeah, as Kashri Singh now runs in, passes the umpire into bowl to Gillen, and this one coming off the outside half of the bat to the man at short, third man. No runs added to the total. The score is now 59 for 1 after 7 overs. But Michael, Comets got off to a flyer, and Queen's Park, as you said, pulled it back nicely with some exceptional bowling and fielding. And this Comets team now in the field, they'll need to do something similar, because it's a good-looking start by this Queen's Park unit. Justin Gillen seems to be set. He's on 27. Raja alongside him is on 7. They're doing some good stuff in the middle at the moment, but Comets need to find someone to just build that pressure for them, and in that way they'll get some quick wickets.
Yeah, Keston, definitely a good observation on your part, as we see Jed Gooley coming on from the media center, and he is switching around ends. At the moment, judging from the Comets' body language, they're just waiting for something to happen there. But this is a T20 game. You got to make things happen. At the moment, Queen's Park, this second wicket partnership is already worth 23. Gillen is there on 27. Raja on 7. But definitely Riyad Emrit turning to one of his strike bowlers here, Jed Gooley, for something to happen.
So we'll see what will transpire in the 8th over. Gooley will be operating to Raja with a man, it seems to be a deep backward square. There is a man at deep mid wicket, a long on, a long off, a sweeper on the boundary. There's a short third man, a backward point, a cover point, a short cover. There's no man in the ring on the onside, so all Raja has to do is just work it into the onside, and there's an easy single. As this one from Jed Gooley, a short wide delivery there, unable to get contact there, Isaiah Raja. It's taken by the keeper. No runs added to the total. So we wait to see the line of attack by Jed Gooley as he runs in now, passes the umpire, and this delivery worked into the onside there by Raja to the man at long on. He comes in and does the work cleanly there, and they will only get 1 run. The score now moves on to 60. We're inside over number 8 here in pursuit of 161 for victory.
Yeah, so Gooley guilty there of just getting a bit too straight on the pads of Raja, and Raja allowing it to play it on too long on for that easy single. With the packed offside field, he'll want to be more on and about that off stump line, as he is there to Justin Gillen. Jed Gooley, a very handy young cricketer, Keston. He made some runs with the bat and keeping things tight here with the ball.
Decent cricketer. We saw him play for Trinidad a couple of years ago, as he now passes the umpire. Shortish delivery there outside the line of the off stump there. It seemed like it kept a bit low there, but taken nicely by the keeper in the end. So another dot ball there from a Jed Gooley. But he's a decent cricketer. Jed Gooley's been stringing up some good performances of late, as he will want to get the wicket of Gillen here. This one, a short delivery, cut away by Gillen, straight to the man at backward point. So it's going straight to the fielders at the moment from Justin Gillen. But not exactly, not entirely a good delivery there by Jet, because either side of the man at point, and it's 4 runs. As this delivery is hit straight over the head of Cooley there, he runs close to the boundary. The man at long off is Trevon Griffith. He runs around and does the fielding. They'll complete 2 runs in the end. So at the end of 8 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park Cricket Club, in pursuit of 161 for victory, a 62 for 1.
Yeah, good stuff here by goalie thus far. Keston completing his 2 overs, just conceding 8 runs. Gillen on to 29. Raja with him on 8. And with every dot delivery, we see that required run rate increasing. Required run rate now just 8.25 runs per over. Still very manageable.
I don't think this Queen's Park team at the moment needs to be worried. They just need to play proper cricket from here on. Gillen, he is set. Raja seems to be getting into a good innings here. He's on 8. Gillen on 29. As we can see, the off spin of Kashri Singh is going to continue with these 2 left-handers at the crease. There is a shorted man, a backward point. There's a man at the cover boundary, a short cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine leg. As Kashri Singh now runs in, passes the umpire, a shortish delivery cut away there by Isaiah Raja to the man on the cover boundary. He runs around and does the fielding. They'll get a single. Raja moves on to 9. The score moves on to 63 for 1. As Justin Gillen, who's on 29. He will take up the strike now to face Kashri Singh.
Well, Keston, I could tell you in all my years of looking on at cricket, Kashri, the off-break bowler, definitely has the longest run of first spinner that I've seen.
Yeah, for a moment I thought he was bowling a bit of medium pace there, as he runs in and passes the umpire into bowl to Gillen, and this one got in an inside edge there, Justin Gillen. But in the end, it didn't go onto the stumps, onto his pad there, and trickled into the offside. The keeper did the fielding, and no runs added to the total. As we can see, the 2 batsmen having a bit of a chat in the middle there. Do you think, Michael, that one of these batsmen need to start to kick on the gas, or should they just continue the way they are going at the moment?
Well, currently the run rate is at around 7.5 at over, and as we see Gillen attempting that slog sweep, but quickly goes to the mid-wicket region, but the batsman, again we see good running by these 2. Gillen moves on to 31. Gillen has been there from the start. If anyone is to be a bit more aggressive, I assume it would be Isaiah Raja, as the Parkites would want their captain to bat throughout the innings and have the aggressive batsmen bat around him.
Good stuff there, Michael. As we can see, Kashri Singh, he was a bit disappointed there with that bit of feeling by Jet Cooley at the backward square, allowing them to get 2. He wanted him to be a little more sharper there, as he passes the umpire into bowl to Gillen, and this one he's splicing it wide of the man at a backward point, and the man at the cover boundary, he will run across and do the fielding. The score now moves on to 66 for 1. 2 more deliveries left in the 9th over, so good going thus far by this Queen's Park team. Michael, this pitch seems to be a really good one here for this first semi-final game.
Yeah, just a couple keeping a bit low in recent time, but a good true cricket wicket here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. 66 for 1 now. Queen's Park, as Kashri is into Raja, and he's driving through covers. A lovely shot there, and unable to cut it off is that fieldsman there at the cover boundary, and Raja really looks glorious driving through the covers, left-handers. Keston?
Yeah, lovely looking shot by Isaiah Raja. He can be really good to watch when he's in the flow of things, and nice to see him capitalizing on that over-pitch delivery there by Kashri Singh.
Kashri conceding 21 runs. He still has 1 delivery left in his 3rd over. At this particular venture, their turn at the crease, Alescon Comets were actually 90 for 1. So they are 20 runs there. That just shows you how aggressive of a start they had, Keston.
And that's some good cricket there by Isaiah Raja. After getting the boundary, just pushed this one nicely into the offside. Soft hands there, and he completed the single. So at the end of 9 overs, they're 71 for 1. Michael, as you said, Alescon Comets, they were off to a flyer. But their problem is the middle overs. They lost too many quick wickets. They weren't able to get a proper partnership in the middle overs to finish the innings off in a good manner. But what we can see here so far by this Queen's Park team, since the power play, they have buckled along a bit and they've just taken the singles, the twos, and when a bad delivery is on offer, they've put it away. Riyad Emirates will really need a wicket at the moment, so we could see a change into the attack. It's the experienced Imran Khan. He'll be coming on to bowl from the northern end. He'll be bowling to the left-handed Isaiah Raja. So do you think this is a good move here, Michael, by Riyad Emirates at this stage?
Well, if anyone can, Imran can.
Good stuff there, Michael. As we can see, there's a bit of a conference between Riyad Emirates and Imran Khan. At the top of his mark, Barnwell as well joins the party as the man at Emirates runs to a cow corner position. There's also a man at deep mid wicket, a long on, a long off, and a man under cover boundary. There's a short third man, a backward point, and a short cover, and a short fine leg. So as I said before, anything that is worked into the onside with soft hands, they can easily get to as Imran Khan runs in to bowl his first delivery, shortest delivery, pull straight to the man at, it seems like it's a deep backward square there, and they'll get 1.
Keston, Imran tends to operate below the radar, just goes by his job quietly and quickly, but it should be noted that Imran Khan is Trinidad and Tobago's leading wicket taker in regional cricket, getting, as this one is a short delivery, commentators curse Justin Gillen. We await the signal by umpire Kashif Sandhi. 6 more.
A lovely looking shot there by Justin Gillen. A shortish delivery by Imran Khan. He'll be disappointed with that one. All the experience that he has, he would not have wanted to be bowling there. And Justin Gillen made no mistake. As I said before, and I was telling Michael that any bad delivery, these two Queen's Park batsmen are capitalizing on it, and then they are looking to get the ones and twos. Imran Khan, with a world of experience, will want to be bowling a much tighter line and length to this Queen's Park skipper.
Yeah, I could tell you that Imran has a variety of deliveries as well. He operates right on, bowling those leg breaks. That one keeping a bit low. Gillen watchfully turns it onto the onside. Queen's Park 79 for 1. Gillen moves his personal tally onto 39. But with this new white ball here, Keston, his sliders are very deadly.
Well, his sliders wouldn't be effective if he keep bowling short deliveries, as we can see him now bowling to Raja. And this one, he's hoiking it away, wide of the man up long on.
And 6 more!
Oh, lovely looking shot there by Isaiah Raja. So they're taking apart Imran Khan in his first over. He's already gone for 14 runs and 2 more deliveries left in the 10th over. So good start by this Queen's Park team. Good aggressive intent by Isaiah Raja. And then this delivery worked nicely into the onside by Raja. Just on about middle and leg, that one. The man at the mid-wicket, Riyad Emirates, who seems to be really disappointed. He throws the ball back, and they will complete that single. So we can see after that single there, that's the 50-run partnership between these two, as Imran Khan now runs in and bowl. This one short outside the line of the off stump, and Justin Gillen punches it nicely into the offside for another single. So at the end of 10 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park, who takes second strike here in pursuit of 161 for victory, 87 for 1. Justin Gillen on 42, and with him Isaiah Raja on 22. As we can see, another change from the southern end. It's Jed Gooley into bowl to Justin Gillen. He'll be operating with, there's a man at short, third man. There's a backward point, a cover point, a short cover, a man on the cover boundary. There's a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square. As this delivery just on the line of the off stump, and Gillen drives it nicely to the man at long off for a single. So a really good bit of batting here by these two, Michael. They've come together after the dismissal of T.N. Webster, and they've really held the innings together. As this one from Raja, just on the line, from Jed, just on the line of the off stump, driven nicely to long off by Isaiah Raja.
Yeah, definitely, Keston. We've seen a good mixture of aggression and singles and twos being taken by Justin Gillen and Isaiah Raja, as the partnership now swells to 54 from just 40 deliveries. Queen's Park now 90 for one. They require further 71 at just over 7.5 runs per over, as Raja is swinging for the heavens and making no contact. No need for that at this particular venture. Jed Gooley keeping things tight, really bowling a good spell here for the Comets unit. Wide of the crease is Gooley, and this one is short, pulled away to mid-wicket. Fieldsman settles and catch taken. As I said it, no need to show that ultra aggression, and Isaiah Raja has to depart. He made 23, and Queen's Park are 2 wickets down in the 11th over. 90 runs on the board, 71 more required. Game on.
Yeah. Raja will be really disappointed there. That's a shortish delivery. He would have liked to put that all the way for 6 or either side of the fielder. In the end, he had said straight to the man at deep mid wicket. Navin Bidesi, the young man, he made no mistake. So Raja had to go. What was a really good partnership between himself and Justin Gillen has now come to an end. Raja goes for 23. The score is 90 for 2. One more delivery left in the 11th over. As we can see, Yannick Karaya will be the new batsman to the crease. As we could see, Jed Gooley getting the much-needed wicket that Riyad Emirates, the Comet skipper, would have wanted. Not the best of deliveries there by Jed Gooley, but nonetheless, he gets the wicket of Isaiah Raja. As we can see, Justin Gillen, who crossed when the ball was in the air, he will face up the final delivery in the 11th over to Gooley, and this one he's driving straight to the man at cover. He had to dive a bit there. It seems to be Vikash Mohan, and in the end they complete single. So at the end of 11 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, the score is 91 for 2. Queen's Park in pursuit of 161 for victory. As we could see a change from the northern end as Riyad Emirates, the skipper, brings himself into the attack as he runs into bowl to Gillen. A slow delivery there, just on the line of the off stump. Justin Gillen works it into the offside. The man at backward point does the fielding. No runs added to the total. Riyad Emirates operating to Justin Gillen with a man at short turn, man at backward point. A cover. There's a sweeper on the boundary. A long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine leg. Riyad Emirates at the top of his mark as he waits on Justin Gillen, who was having a chat mid-pitch with Yannick Karai, who's just come to the crease.
Yeah, Riyad Emirates, as we mentioned earlier, in good wicket-taking form. He picked up a bag of 4 wickets in the quarterfinal, as we see Gillen clipping this one on the onside. The fieldsman are unable to stop the boundary there, eventually trickling into the boundary. Riyad will not be too pleased with that delivery, a bit on the shorter side, giving Gillen time to rock back on his back foot and swivel it into the onside. Gillen now moves on to 47, so Riyad taking the ball into his own hands, trying to account for his opposite number, unsuccessful thus far. He has 4 deliveries in his second over to try to get a third scalp here for his Comets unit. Emirates known worldwide for his slower deliveries.
As he now runs and passes the umpire into bowl to Justin. Another slow delivery driven nicely through cover. A lovely looking shot there by Justin Gillen. The man on the sweeper boundary, he'll do the fielding cleanly. They'll get 1. The score now moves on to 96 for 2. I can tell you, Queen's Park, they require 65 runs or 51 deliveries. So this chase well on for them. It should be a comfortable chase if they don't do anything silly here, Michael. As we can see, Justin Gillen, he's set on 48 with him. The new man, Yannick Karaya, he'll now face up to Riyad Emirates.
Well, they'll have some quality bowlers to contend with Keston, as Riyad Emirates still has 2 overs after he completes this one, and Roshan Primus has 3 as well, as this one is cut beautifully by Yannick Karaya, who is in a rich vein of form. He is off the mark with a lovely cut off the back foot for 4. And that's the 100 up for Queen's Park in the 12th over. Queen's Park now requires 61 for victory. One should mention that the captain for Queen's Park, Justin Gillen, he hasn't been having the best of seasons, but really striking goal when it counts.
Yeah, he's a guy, he likes to lead from the front, Justin Gillen, and he's doing the job so far. He's on 48 as this delivery from Riyad Emirates to Yannick Karai. He's opening the face, the man on the third man boundary. He comes in, he does the fielding, they'll complete a single. The score moves on to 101 for 2. But at the moment, we can see some really good stuff being shown between these 2 batsmen. Yannick Karai is now coming in, and he's not wasting any time. He's on 5. Justin Gillen is on 48, 2 runs short of his 50, as he now waits the last delivery of Riyad Emirates over. He runs and passes the umpire, and this one just on the line of the leg stump. It's worked into the onside here. They'll get the single. The score will move on to 102 for 2. So after 12 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, it's 102 for 2.
And that's 50 for the Parkites captain, really leading from the front here. Truly a captain's innings. Justin Gillen gets the 50 from just 39 deliveries, 2 maximums and 4 boundaries. That's a strike rate of just over 128. Excellent stuff here by the Parkites captain, really leading from the front, as Keston noted. 103 now for 2. $58 more required from 47 deliveries as Guli is into Karaya. This one played all the way to long on for the single. Yannick Karaya, he moves on to 6. He has just faced 3 deliveries. Jet Guli will be completing his spell here. Excellent spell by the Comets all-rounder, as Gillen is content to play this too long on as well. He moves on to 51. Jet Guli getting just rewards. He got the wicket of Isaiah Raja, who held out on the mid-wicket boundary, being easily caught by Navin Bidesi. This one wide of the off stump, allowing Karaya to free his arms, driving all the way too long off. 2 legal deliveries left in the 13th over. This one a sort of short arm jab there by Gillen, and excellent running by the Parkites duo once more. Really a feature of Gillen's innings thus far. 108 for 2 here. Final delivery in the 13th over. Guli conceding 18 runs in his 3.5 and this a parallel sweep being employed here by Gillen, coming off the bat very fine. And good bit of work being done on the fine leg boundary by the fieldsman. Definitely saving 1 run there is Barnwell for this Comets unit, as that's the end of the 13th over. Queen's Park 111 for 2. And it's Riyad into Gillen once more. Shortish delivery, guided to point, no run scored.
Riyad Emirates, he's in his 3rd over. He's already conceded 18 runs. He'll be wanted to get the wicket of Justin Gillen for his team here, as the captain bowls captain to captain at the moment. Emirates operated with a shorted man, a backward point, a cover, a long off, a sweep on the boundary, along on a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine as Emirates runs into bowl to Gillen. And this one he's driving nicely into the offside. The man on the sweeper boundary, Navin Bidesi, he gets around and does the fielding. In the end, they will complete 2 on the misfield there by Navin. So not good work by Bidesi, Riyad Emirates. He doesn't seem too happy as he collects the ball and walk back to the top of his mark. The score now moves on to 113 for 2. We are in over number 14. 4 deliveries left to complete the 14th over. Justin Gillen, he's on 58. Karaya's on 7. The partnership already 23 runs between these two, as Emirates now runs in, passes the umpire to Gillen, and this one he's driving, unable to get proper contact there. It just falls right in front of him, and Riyad Emirates, the bowler, he does the fielding. No runs added to the total.
Yeah, Riyad Emirates trying his best to get a breakthrough here for this Comets unit. I know he is a a very emotional cricketer. Keston really wears his heart on his sleeve and wants to see the best for this Comets outfit as he is into Gillen once more. Gillen is cutting away at the deep point fieldsman. Gillen on 59 now. Carrier with him on 7. So Gillen somewhat emulating that innings of Trevon Griffith that he played for Comets. May not be as aggressive, but definitely holding the innings together for the Queen's Park outfit, allowing the other batsmen to bat around him. 47 more runs required from 38 deliveries. As Carrier is driving to point and a misfield thereby. It seems to be Roshan Primus' missed opportunity there by the Comets outfit, and Emirates stands stunned there in the middle of the pitch. Hans Akimbo really thought that Primus, a fieldsman of that quality, would have gobbled that up, but not to be, and the ball runs into the boundary for 4 more to rub salt into the wounds, Keston.
Yeah, some poor work in the field by this Comets unit. They would have liked to emulate the way that Queen's Park fielded in the first innings. When the game got away from them, they held together and they were brilliant in the field. That Queen's Park team at the moment, this Comets team are pretty sloppy as Riyad Emirates runs in, passes the umpire into bowl to Karaya. This one just getting a bit of extra bounce there. He just plays it nicely, drops his bottom man and allowing it to go to the man at backward point. Roshan Primus on this occasion, he does the fielding. So at the end of 14 overs here, Queen's Park in pursuit of 161 for victory, 118 for 2. As we can see, a change from the southern end. It's Roshan Primus to pick up the attack. It's 118 for 2. Queen's Park require another 43 runs from 36 deliveries. This game should be an easy one for them as long as they hold their nerve here. You can see Primus will operate to Justin Gillen with a man at the men out is a man at the third man boundary, a sweeper, deep mid wicket, a deep backward square and a long on. This delivery just on the line of the off stump, driven to the man on the cover boundary, and they'll complete a single.
Well, Keston, in semi-final matchup number 2, we see Clark Road taking on the youngsters at Pristol. Who do you think is going to get the better of each other?
It's just a matter of who played a better cricket on the night, but that Pristol team have a lot of exciting young cricketers, and I think they have the experience there in Babwa as well. So it should be a really good game at Clark Road team. They were in the 50-over final with Queen's Park recently, so they'll be coming to put on a good show as well. As this delivery from Primus, body line driven past the man at backward point and into the boundary for 4. Primus isn't really happy at the moment. You can see him curling there. He's asking for Trevon Griffith probably to go more in front of point there. But this team clearly not together on the field at the moment, Michael.
Yeah, Yannick Correa really is a classy player and shows why he is one of the Red Force retained players in this PCL 2019-2020 draft. Just opening the face at the last moment. They're guiding it past the point fieldsman for 4 as Primus is in once more. This one fended away to the fine leg region and the batsman cross for 1. Oh, it's a leg by signal by umpire Rajkumar. So at the moment, Queen's Park require 37 from 33 deliveries. Really should be easy going from here if something drastic happens.
Most definitely, Michael, as Primus now runs in, passes the umpire, shortish delivery there, pull to the man at deep backward square there. He does the fielding, they'll get a single. So Justin Gillen, he moves on to 61. Yannick Araya is with him, he's on 15. Queen's Park 125 for 2. We are inside over number 15. 2 more deliveries left as Rishon Primus was bowled 1.4 overs, no maidens, none for 21. A bit expensive here today, unable to showcase his real talent in this game thus far. He was run out when he batted, and he hasn't been up to mark with the ball thus far, as he's at the top of his mark to bowl to Yannick Correa. Oh, he runs in, passes the umpires in to bowl to Correa, and this delivery is opening the face nicely there, Correa, but straight to the man at backward point. Trevor Griffith does the fielding. No runs added to the total. I would love to know who Filton Williams is backing at this moment. Comets, his former team, is in a spot about, and Queen's Park, who he plays with at the moment, 125 for 2. I would love to know where Filton Fates lie at the moment.
That's the end of the 15th over. Queen's Park 125 for 2. Require just a further 36 deliveries of 36 runs, of 30 legal deliveries. So it's Christopher Barnwell from the media centre, and this is driven uppishly down to long on by Justin Gillen. 126 now for 2.
As we await Filton Williams' response on who we think will win this game from here. Barnwell operating to Yannick Correa with a man on the third man boundary. There's a backward point, there's a cover, a sweeper on the boundary, a long off, a long on, a short mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg. As Barnwell now runs in, passes the umpire and bowl to Correa. He's unable to get proper contact there. It goes to the man at short cover. It's the skipper, Rayad Emirates. He does the fielding, and no runs added to the total. As Filton Williams is alongside me. Filton, at this stage in the game, who do you think will be the happier side?
Well, watching the squad at the moment and the batsmen that Queen's Park have in the hut still to come, and the form they are in at the moment, it should be a walk in the park.
As this delivery worked away, backward a square there by Yannick Correa. It goes into the boundary for 4. And the score now moves on to 130 for 2. Correa is on 19. With him, Justin Gillen is on 62. The partnership between this pair at the moment is 40 runs. So really good stuff from these two Queen's Park batsmen. So Filton Williams at the moment giving the upper hand to this Queen's Park team as Barnwell now runs in passes the umpire. This one driven nicely there by Yannick Araya, right wide of the man at long off. Trevon Griffith is the man. He gets it wrong and does the feeling quite quickly and sharply there, Griffith, and in the end limits them to 1 run.
Yeah, Griffith hurling that one all the way back to the keeper with relative ease. Seems to have a really rocket arm there. And it's Barnwell to Gillen once more. This one is driven again to Griffith at the long off region, and the batsman crossed for 1. So Queen's Park doing this with relative ease now. Just 29 more runs required. Barnwell trying his bag of tricks here off a short run, it should be noted. Sporting number 90 on his back. Karaya is 20, not out from just 13 deliveries. He has struck 4 boundaries in his innings thus far. Barnwell from back of the crease, slower delivery, seemed to be an off-cutter there, spewing off the outer half of the bat, and a misfield on the boundary there by Navin Bidesi allows the batsman to come back for that second run, and really poor out cricket being shown here by Alescon Comets. The fieldsman just taking his eye off that delivery before actually collecting it, and Queen's Park end the 16th over with 134 for 2. So we're here from the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, and I just want to ask all the persons who are enjoying this live stream to just click that like and subscribe button. Remember, we're here to provide this excellent quality service to you guys. So we just want to ask you guys to just like and subscribe. Really thankful for all the comments on the stream thus far. Really would like to say good afternoon to everyone looking on, the likes of Amir Jangu, Marlon Barkley, Brandon Mirage. I know that Dave Babulal is on this live stream as well. Ikwe Craig, as we see Gillen cutting this one away to the fieldsman at the point boundary. Yeah, Joshua Ramdu is with us as well, better known as Chili. And I know that we have the likes of some international players on the stream as well. I know Nicholas Puran, he asks to the stream every time Queen's Park is playing. Kyron Pollard also looks on. This one played with soft hands, dropped on the pitch, and the batsman with good communication there, crossing over for a single. 136 for 2. And we'll be here once again tomorrow at 6:30, I believe the final is, to bring you that live stream. And Gillen is swinging this one high and handsome.
And 6 more!
We seem to have an effect on the message board here with that.
A lovely shot there by Justin Gillen. A shortish delivery by Rashawn Prime was pulled away well over the man at deep mid wicket and into the boundary for 6 more. A lovely looking shot there by Justin Gillen as the score moves on to 142 for 2.
Justin Gillen really must say an excellent innings thus far. 70 from just 52 deliveries. That maximum being his 3rd thus far. And what's impressive, Keston, is just he has only faced just 17 dot deliveries in this innings.
Yeah, so good work by the skipper. He's really leading from the front today in this semi-final as Rashawn Primus now runs in, passes the umpire, a widest delivery. Oh, he's sent it over the man there at backward point, and it goes into the boundary for 4 more.
So we're seeing two aspects of his game. The previous delivery, we saw his power game coming to the front, pulling that one powerfully to the mid-wicket boundary. And now this one, a bit of finesse, just opening that face, guiding it past the man at point for 4. 10 runs and 2 deliveries. Primus now with figures of none for 33 in his third over. 146 for 2. And Gillen is once more hitting this one handsomely to the point fielder, but he does hold out there at the point region. It seems to be Vikash Mohan completing the catch, and that's the third wicket for Queen's Park. They lose their third wicket with a score on 146. It may be a bit too late now for the Comets outfit, but I've seen stranger things happen in cricket.
It will have to be something really bizarre to happen here if this Queen's Park team doesn't win it from here. But a lovely innings by Justin Gilling. 74 he departs for. As we can see, the new man in the crease is Nicholas Alexis. And with the end of a good knock, we see a player who's joining us who produced a really splendid knock in the quarterfinals. It was the other night. 78 runs Nicholas Alexis produced. He'll now join Yannick Correa at the crease. So this Queen's Park team will be really comfortable with these two men at the crease at the moment. As we can see, Yannick Correa, he'll be facing up the final delivery in the 17th over from Roshon Primus as he runs in now, passes the umpire, and this one is on the leg side, worked into the onside there by Yannick Correa, and they'll go through for the second there. In the end, Correa gets there comfortably, not with a bit of hesitation on the part of Correa, but in the end, he completes 2 runs. It's 148 for 3. At the end of 17 overs. As we can see, Riyad Emirates to pick up the attack from the northern end. With 13 more runs required from 18 deliveries. Riyad Emirates to bowl to Nicholas Alexis there with about that short third man a back. No, the third man is going to the boundary. There's a backward point, a sweeper on the boundary, a short cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a short mid-wicket, and a short fine leg as Emirates now runs into bowl to Alexis. Shortest delivery outside the line of the off stump. Some sloppy work there by the keeper, Brandon Ramdial, allow them to go through for the bye as the signal now comes in from umpire Sandy.
Yeah, and Keston, we really must give kudos to these two umpires, Sandy and Rajkumar. Umpires really tend to go by unnoticed in these games, but their importance are of paramount. Really excellent decision making being done by these two umpires thus far. 149 for 3. Karaya is hit on the back leg, and as I said, really Jason there, Karaya just being a bit lackadaisical, and Emirates wrapping Karaya on the pads, and he has to go for 25, and a double strike here for Alescon Comets.
Yeah, 149 here for 4. We are in the 18th over, but pitched up delivery there by Riyad Emirates and Yannick Karaya, hanging back on the back foot, and in the end being a judge. LBW there by umpire Sandy, who's been doing an excellent game along with Lyndon Rajkumar. As we can see, the new man to the crease here for this Queen's Park unit is Akil Hussain. Would like to thank Ian Ramsey, also known as Fluff, for joining us on the live here today. As we can see, the new man Akil Hussain will take up strike from Riyad Emirates.
Yeah, so Emirates calling on all his experience there, getting the wicket of Yannick Karaya. He made 25 from just 17 deliveries. Akil is opening the face, playing it out to point, dot delivery there. So an excellent over being served up here by Emirates thus far. Just conceding that one leg by and getting the wickets of Karaya. 12 runs required from 15 deliveries. Roshan Primus, he was a bit expensive, getting that one wicket for 35 runs of his 3 overs. Kastri Singh conceding 22 of his 3. Barnwell, he was decent. He got 1 wicket for 24 runs of his 3. As Emirates is into Akil once more, who is playing it to that short mid-wicket region. Another dot delivery. So good tight stuff here by Riyad Emirates. He is into his final over. He has 2 deliveries left. Jed Gooley kept things really tight when he operated, conceding just 21 runs, and he got the important wicket of Isaiah Raja as well. Imran Khan, he was a bit on the expensive side, as Gillen and Raja took a liking to his bowling. He conceded 16 runs in his solitary over, as Emirates is into Hussain once more, who is clipping this one beautifully off the pads and runs into the boundary now. That one really rocketing off the bat into the mid-wicket boundary. 153 now for 4.
Yeah, so good looking shot there by Akil Hussain, whipping it off the pads. A badly lined delivery by Riyad Emirates, and Akil Hussain gets his account off and running. He's on 4 with him. Nicholas Alexis yet to get off the mark. 153 for 4. Queen's Park require another 8 runs from 30 deliveries, as Riyad Emirates now at the top of his mark runs in to bowl his final delivery as he passes the umpire, and Akil Hussain playing a lovely shot there at the cover region. The man on the super boundary, Navin Bidesi, he gets around and does the fielding. They'll only get 1 in the end, so Akil Hussain, he'll move on to 5. The score is 154 for 4 at the end of 18 overs. Queen's Park require a further 7 runs from 12 deliveries to win this game.
Not sure of the thinking behind this move, but it's Vikash Mohan to bowl the penultimate over of the innings, with Roshan Primer still having one in the bag, as well as Christopher Barnwell. But maybe Riyad Emrit may be seeing something in the pitch that we're not. As Mohan is into Akil once more, this one wide of the off stump and crashed through the covers once more by Akil Hussain, who I must say is looking very fluent at the crease. He crosses for another double. Yeah, just 5 runs required for victory by this Queen's Park unit. They've been efficient in all 3 departments, I must say, Keston. They were good with the ball. They held their nerve after being pummeled by Trevon Griffith, as this one is crashed away through the covers, and a glorious way to bring up double figures there for Akil Hussain. 160 for 4. Queen's Park, just 1 run required for victory now, Keston.
Yeah, a really lovely shot there by Akil Hussain. So he's looked quite solid at the crease. And they only require 1 more run for victory. The Queen's Park team excellent in all departments here today. Comets got off to a flyer, but as Michael said, Queen's Park held their nerve, and in the end, they limit them to 160. 1 more run for victory here as Akil Hussain to face up to Vikash Mohan. This one drives straight to the man at cover point. Is Riyad Emrit. There is no one out on the boundary. Everyone is in the circle. There's a man at short third, a backward point, a cover point, a short cover, a mid on a short mid wicket, a short square leg, and a man at outer fine leg, as this one from Akil Hussain. He's driving it past the man at short cover into the boundary for 4. So Queen's Park will complete the victory here in semi-final number 1 of the TTCB T20 competition. They will await the winners of the second game between Presal and Clark Road in the for the final tomorrow. So a good-looking display of cricket here by this Queen's Park unit. They bowled well, they fielded well, and in the end, a quite clinical batting display from them as they win this game with 8 deliveries left. So good work here by Justin Gillen and his men, as David Fullong will lead his team in yet another final here, going for title number, I think is number 18, coming into this final tomorrow. We can tell you the man of the match for this game is none other than the captain of the Queen's Park team, Justin Gillen. as he receives his trophy down there from one of the men.
Imran Khan.
Seems like it's Imran Khan.